Yeah. What's up? It's that boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. New Media Today, USA Boxing. We are back. Yes, y'all. Good Sunday. Right here in America, everybody's watching the NFL football. I'm probably the only black man that don't watch football or basketball. I don't watch it. I used to watch it, but once that shit started getting progressive, and it's a lot I know about politics, a lot I know about history. I do a lot of studying, a lot of reading. I read a lot. So it's a lot that I know. You know what I mean? About different stuff that the color movement and the color revolution, color revolutions and stuff that I see that this country does to other countries. I see that now they are doing it to their own citizens right here in America. And it's infiltrated everything from sports to news to corporations and stuff like that. And once I start seeing that bullshit, what's going on in sports, I just say, fuck it, I'm done. So black men don't watch football or basketball. Y'all put that down in your notes. Anyways, let's see what's going on. Who here today? Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Salute to Knockdown 305. Shout out to my sister Arlette, Little Green Eyes P, Super Sardonic. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Cream Corn. We're gonna have some good shows this week. This week I'm gonna ruffle some feathers. Shout out to Mark Nash. Mark Nash in the building. Shout out to Mark Nash. We're gonna have some good shows this week. This week is gonna be, you know me, man. Y'all know me, man. Y'all know me, man. I come with it. I'm gonna come with it over here. See what I'm saying? I just, now I take the sniper approach. I took the shotgun approach last year. This year, I'm taking the sniper approach. Calm, cool, and collective. Just deliver the information. Sit back and chill. Let's give everybody that's here so far a round of applause. Out of power. What's up, man? You say I just read books. I only watch boxing stuff in Texans. Other than that, not really watch TV. I don't watch TV. I really don't watch it. I'm not. I be on the internet all the time, and again, I got books I'm reading. I try to read 2 books a month, so I'm doing that. But I do a lot. I read and write every day. I have reading and writing exercises that I do. If you master reading and master writing, you will become a multimillionaire. There's no way. True. There's no way you can't be successful. And master the art of time management. If you understand how to manage your time, you'll get a long way in life. You get a long way in life. Don't participate in the victim Olympics. Let them call you what they're gonna call you. It doesn't matter. And just keep it moving. You'll be all right. I'm telling you what I know. I participated in the victim Olympics before, and I didn't win anything, so I know. But anyways, y'all hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the like button. Let's go ahead and get into the show. Let's see. We're gonna allow YouTube to send out the notifications. We do know it's the NFL right here in America, so everyone is watching football. It is what it is. I'm gonna get into the show anyways. Can Gervonta Davis take over the lightweight division? I'm gonna tell you why I'm asking that question. Right? Is Devin Haney biting Gervonta Davis's swag? I know you guys said, man, what the hell? What kind of bullshit is this? What the hell is coach is talking about? I told you guys, your favorite fighters' fan bases, this is what these fools are talking about. I can't make this shit up. True. Instead of, if you're a fan of the sport of boxing, instead of getting the big fights that you want from certain fighters, these fighters and their fan bases are talking about swag. They're talking about jewelry. They're talking about how much ice my fighter has. They're talking about my fighter makes more money than your fighter. This is what's going on. I can't make this shit up. True. Oh, I got the receipts. I put the receipt in the thumbnail. The receipt is in the thumbnail. But I'm going to go a little further. Let's continue. Gervonta Davis has the opportunity to take over the lightweight division. According to Leonard Ellerbe, all roads lead to Tank at 135. Have the receipts for that. Don't nobody believe me. One thing about me, boy, I do not use clickbait. Anybody want to challenge me on anything, I'm gonna show you the receipts. You can argue with me, but you can't argue with the receipts, right? Unless you suffer from confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is when you Only look at information or accept information that confirms what you already want to believe. Anything that challenges what you believe, and it's to be proven that it is true that what you believe is some bullshit, you will reject that. That's confirmation bias, right? And a lot of these guys, they do that. They suffer from that. So let's continue. Let's continue. I kind of stay away from those guys. Stay away from those guys. According to Leonard, as I said before, according to Leonard Ellerbe, all roads lead to Tank Davis at 135, meaning Vasily Lomachenko will have to go through Tank. The Devin Haney will have to go through Tank. I don't know what I mean by that. Let's see, Isaac Cruz again, and Ryan Garcia will have to go through Tank. If Crawford and Spence is an indication as to what is to come, then I highly doubt that the PBC will put their top fighter in harm's way by matchmaking him up with the other top guys from a skill set standpoint. I have to preface the skill set standpoint because what these guys will do, I told you, they argue both sides of the coin. They argue heads and they argue tails. When they lose on tails, they go to heads. When they lose on heads, they go back to tails. You can't beat these niggas. They argue both sides of the coin.
True, true, true.
And normally when people that suffer from confirmation bias, this is what they do. They argue both sides of the coin. Very easy to defeat these guys, right? As I said before, if Crawford and Spence is the indication as to what is to come, then I highly doubt that the PBC will put their top fighter in harm's way by matching him up with one of the top guys from a skill set standpoint. Why did I preface skill set? Because these guys will say, well, my fighter is the top guy at 135 because he sold out the Barclays Center. They will say that my guy is the cash cow, even though he only has a net worth of $4 million, and people who fight him only makes $500,000 when they fight him, and they got to try to get the rest on the back end. Isaac Cruz get like $400,000. That's it. So these guys who are so-called cash cows, if fighters are not making their career high paydays from a standpoint like what Anthony Joshua pays a fighter who fights him, or what Canelo Alvarez, what his opponents make fighting him, if they're not making that kind of money, your fighter's not a cash cow. I hate to say it. But hey, tell yourself whatever you want to tell yourself. Whatever makes you feel good, tell yourself that, right? Now, if Gervonta Davis insists on fighting the other top guys next year, we'll see what Leonard Ellerbe, Floyd Mayweather, and Al Haymon would do, right? Because the fact of the matter is, Tank can't fight any of these top guys anyways. Devin Haney has a contract with Top Rank, and he has 2 fights left. So he ain't got to worry about that. But there's something I want to add to that, though. Now, he can fight Pitbull Cruz, but, he said he need a lot of money to fight Pitbull. I don't know what a lot of money is, but it is what it is. The money is right. Well, the money has always been right when you fight the other guys, so I don't know. Do you want more money than you made last time fighting them? I don't know. Then Ryan Garcia, we both know that Mayweather Promotions and Golden Boy Promotions, they play this game of hot potato, and we know that they do have their fighters in bubble wrap over there. Golden Boy have Ryan Garcia in bubble wrap, and Mayweather has Tank in bubble wrap. So I don't see 2 bubble wraps fighting each other. I don't see that. That's the smart move to make. Contrary to popular belief on the rumors that what you're being hearing, those rumors are 9 times out of 10 are not true. They are what they are, rumors, just to keep conversation out there. Now, according to Leonard Ellerbe via Twitter, all roads lead to Tank Davis at 135. Now, Devin Haney fans have an issue with that, kind of like with what Leonard said, because Leonard is saying, because Devin Haney, they have an issue with that, because Devin Haney is the undisputed champion at 135. There's no dispute about that. Now, I'm not saying that Devin Haney is the best at 135 because he has the belts. In order to be the best at 135, you would have to fight the top guys in that division. That's how this works. Now, he beat one guy. He beat George Kambosos. He's the undisputed lightweight champion. But does that mean he's the best? No, it doesn't. You got to follow the examples of Ernie Shavers. You have to follow the examples of Marvelous Marvin Hagler. You have to follow the examples of Roy Jones. Follow the examples of Mike McCallum, and follow the examples of Simon Brown, and follow the examples of James Blake South Tony, and so on and so on and so on. If your fighter is dismissive of the things that you have to do in order to be the best in the weight division, don't tell me your fighter is the best in the weight division. Shit ain't gonna work with me. Now you can get around with your little cliques and your crews, and y'all can play with each other booty holes and all this other shit and tickle each other and say, yeah, you know, and stroke each other egos. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Don't bring that shit over here. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Because I would school any nigga on that. Old school nigga or young nigga or anyone in between. If you ain't talking the foundational talk as it relates to the sport of boxing, you know, how you determine who the best is. If you ain't talking that, don't bring that shit over here, man. Go to another channel. Now, Leonard Ellerbe didn't make it clear. He did not make it clear, meant by that statement when he said all roads lead to Tank. But I have an idea why he would say that. In other news, fans on Twitter say Devin Haney's swag is starting to look like Gervonta Davis's swag. I'm not making this up.
True.
I can't make this shit up. Both guys spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on overpriced jewelry. If that's what they want to do, they have a right to do that. But some Tank fans feel that Tank did it first. He was the first one to wear the jewelry. He was the first one to have the ice. That's what they're saying. I can't make this shit up. And Devin Haney is biting Tank style. Look at the thumbnail. I'll show it to you again. ESPN ringside posed a question to the fans on Twitter to see what did they think about it. Now, this is where we have gone, guys. This is where we've gone. I do see the super chats. I will bring them up. This is where we have gone, guys, in today's boxing. Instead of making the big fights in the lightweight division from a skill set standpoint, I don't care what the sold at the Barclays Center. I'm saying match your skills up with another guy who have a skill set is just as good as yours, if not better. So when I say that's what I mean by skill set standpoint. I don't want to hear your money talk because you ain't getting none of the money. Your ass still broke in your projects, on your PS5 at the baby mama house, on child support, not taking care of your kids. I don't want to hear that shit. I want to talk about the skill set standpoint, right? Ooh, that hurt.
True.
But this is where we have gone at, guys. Fans are talking about which fighter is biting another fighter's swag because of jury. What do you guys think about Leonard Ellerbe saying all roads lead to Tank at 135? And do you guys care if Devin Haney is biting Gervonta Davis's swag? Let's talk about this stupid ass shit. Shout out to Jaime Nieto for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Salute to you, man. What you say, fam? Jaime, you say I'm tired of hearing these guys fight over Twitter. And we got some undisputed fights on Twitter, fam. He said they fight more on social media, more than they do in the ring. And these fights never happen. No, sir. No, sir. You see what's going on with this Crawford Spence? And they don't even fight. They don't even talk. You see what's going on with this bullshit.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
And shout out to my brother Charlo, man. Charlo, I ain't seen you since 1979, man. Where you been at, Playboy? Shout out to my brother Charlo. For dropping that a half for bam, Cinco on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Yeah, man, sorry, I said half a single. Half a hundo, man. That's shout out to my brother for dropping that half a hundo, man. Salute to you, fam, man. Shout out to my brother, man, Charlo, man.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Yeah, this where we at. Coach, you lying. You lying, coach. You lying. Yeah, you know, I'm lying, huh? Okay, I'm lying. Okay. Shout out to Marlon. Marlon, what you say, fam? You saying, wait, hold up. If I got all the belts in that weight class, I'm the best. You know, I'm the best. I'm undisputed. Hey. That's not what they're talking. Oh, hold on. I'm finna tell you another thing. Check this out. As a matter of fact, let me do this. Because I like to come with the receipts. Let me do this. Let's see. Let's just go down here. I'm pulling up the WBA. That's the lightweight. Let's look up the lightweight division. WBA lightweight division. So this is how this works. Let me go on and show you guys this. This is how this works. What did it say? Al Lapal. He said, if anything, They copied Mayweather drip. Yeah, Mayweather was the first one to have ice. He was the first one to do it. You know, all of these guys have been influenced by Mayweather, by Floyd. All of them been influenced by Floyd. All of them. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. All of them been influenced by Floyd. Mike Tyson had the ice on before that. Before Floyd, Mike Tyson used to wear ice. You know what I mean? So, bro, it's the dumbest shit in the world. Nigga, my fighter, look at my fighter chain. My fighter chain better than your fighter. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. Y'all think I'm lying, right? You saw it in the thumbnail. Let's go over here and see. But I want to show you something, though. I want to show you something. Let's look at this here. Alapau, look at this here. Right here, this is the way this works. Gervonta Tank Davis is the Reggie belt. He has the Reggie belt. And he won that Reggie belt almost 3 years ago, December 28th, 2019. He won the lightweight. He won the Reggie belt in 2019. We see it right here, right? Devin Haney is the WBA super champion. This is the way this works. The guy who has the Reggie belt is in position to do what? Activate his mandatory to fight the guy who has the super belt. So if Gervonta Tank Davis wanted to fight Devin Haney, he can activate his mando. And he's been sitting on it for a while, as you can see. He can activate his mando. He could have fought anyone who had that belt. This is the way this works. So, it is what it is. What you say, knock down 305, who you fight matters. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But he's not interested in challenging this guy for the super title, or I guess who had it? Lomachenko had it, or somebody else had it. He wasn't interested in challenging any of those guys who had the belt before Devin Haney had it in order to fight for it. He's holding on to the Reggie. So, it is what it is. But let's go to Twitter. So I say this. Tank Davis is in a position to take over the lightweight division. He's in a position to do that. But in order for him to do that, he's going to have to fight the other guys in the lightweight division. The other top guys. And I say top guys from a skill set standpoint. The reason why you have to say skill set standpoint, because what they are going to say, when I say they, I mean Tank Davis's fans and Leonard Ellerbe. They're going to say, my fighter sold out this place. So when you look at how many people my fighter brought to the fight, he is the top guy. That's what they're going to say. So you got to remove that money argument away from them. You got to take that away from them, because they're going to hide behind that. And they're going to hide behind, well, my fighter's more popular than your fighter. So you got to specify, you got to keep it strictly boxing. I'm not talking about the boxing business. I'm talking about boxing skill set. That's what they're going to run to. And that's any of these fighters. That's what they run to. They run to that. Shout out to Jaime.
Hey, okay.
Dropping that quarter of a bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Jaime, what you say, family? Say both of these teams, Leonard and Bill, are masters of pushing their narratives. This is facts.
True.
What the Alphabet boys don't say? Facts! Facts, Jaime, facts. Yeah, this is facts. Both of these teams, Bill and Leonard, are masters of pushing their narratives. This is true. Never answering questions directly and spin their answers to their narratives. This is true. That, I look at all of these guys, Jaime, as politicians. And that's what a politician does. When you're politicking, that's what you do.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Yeah, Jaime, when you're politicking is never answer the question. Never answer the question. Politicking is when someone asks you a direct question, you answer the question without answering the question. That's what they do. This is true. And this goes on in boxing. Bob Arum does it. Leonard Ellerbe does it. Bill Haney does it. Mauricio Suleiman does it. Steven Espinosa does it. They all do it. Frank Warren, they all do it. They all do it. What you say, Con? You say it's a politician's playbook. Answer the question without answering the question. Hell, I even learned that in Nation Islam. One of my not the captain who trained me, Captain Sam, but there was another captain by the name of Captain Curtis out of Atlanta. We call him F5. And F5 used to be like, brother, you know, he never answered a question. Man, Captain, listen, F5, brother Captain. Brother Captain, Captain Curtis. Hey, look here, brother. You know, we go to our captain, you know, Captain Curtis. We was on security detail in Atlanta when Minister Farrakhan came to Atlanta. And they give you direct orders that you have to follow. But we were just at the hotel chilling after Savior's Day. No, not after Savior's Day. After the event. And I remember I asked Captain Curtis a question. And we were supposed to get paid our money for doing security detail. And I was like, man, Captain, man, you said you were going to pay us. Said you're going to pay us, you know, yesterday. We didn't get paid yesterday. I ain't saying nothing to you. Now today we fixing to get ready to go back to Florida, man. We ain't got paid yet. You said you were going to pay us on Saturday. He said, you know what? He said, you know what, brother? You're right. I did say I was going to pay y'all Saturday. Dang, brother, thank you for reminding me, brother. And he patted me on the back. And I felt good. I was like, oh, okay. He patted me on the back. Okay, I reminded him. He said that he did say that, patted me on the back. And the way he patted me on the back, and he looked at me, he said, I got you, brother. And I didn't get nothing specific. I just took what he said and just ran with it. Instead of me doing a follow-up question, I'm like, you know, he never answered my question. You know, like, when, you know, look, bro, you said you were going to pay us Friday. We ain't got paid yet Saturday, so what's up? You know what I mean? So he was good at that. He was really good at that. Never answer the questions. Never. Deflect. And this what's going on. It is what it is. Shout out to Halim in the building. Dury, what you say, famous? Say PBC, Showtime, The Zone, and Matchroom are top heavy, unlike Top Rank. You saying top heavy like the stars? Yeah. You know what? You might have a point, because Top Rank, they really don't have like this one guy that's the biggest star and it dominates all of the rest of their fighters. Top Rank have guys in pretty much every weight division. The way that, I'm not gonna lie now. I'm not gonna lie. The way Top Rank have their stuff set up, they keep a consistent fight card. Like if you like, I'm fixing to show you guys what I'm talking about. Hold on, let me go over here. Listen, I can't lie, dog. I gotta be honest with this with Top Rank. I gotta be honest with this now. They do in-house fights. Top Rank do in-house fights. That's what they're gonna do. But let me show you something. Hey, Dory, let me show you something. PBC primarily works with Showtime. They don't have no fights in September. And their fights is October. They have 2 fights in October. That's it. And one of the fights they have in October is Jake Paul and Anderson Silva. Jake Paul and Anderson Silva. You get what I'm saying? Let's go over here. Let's go look at Fox, because they deal with Fox too, right? Fox has 1 fight so far for the year, for the rest of the year. They don't have nothing in October, nothing in September. That's a lie. They just had Luis Ortiz. Right? And Andy Ruiz. They just had that. And then now for October, they have Deontay Wilder and Robert Helenius, and they don't have anything updated as of right now. So Showtime and Fox, who primarily deal with the PBC, they don't really have any long fight schedules. So that means most of their fighters are really not fighting. Jamal Charlo probably won't be fighting until next year. Shout out to my main man Charlo for dropping that for dropping that half for bam, hundo on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Man, shout out to my brother Charlo, man. He say, Coach, man, my guy deserves all the success. Just keeping it real. Yes, sir, I appreciate that.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. sharp as razor blades.
Now, hey, check this out. Charlo, I want to show you something, fam. Check this out. Now, PBC primarily deals with who? Showtime and Fox. You see what's going on. They have two fights. One fight is not even the PBC fight. It's Jake Paul. This is Jake Paul, Anderson Silva, right? And this fight probably going to do well. We'll see. It's in Phoenix. We'll see. We'll see how it does. Let's go to Sky Sports, though. Sky Sports have Clarissa Shields, Savannah Marshall, and that entire fight card rescheduled for October the 15th. They would have had one this week, but, you know, the queen passed away. They got Hughie Fury, Michael Hunter. That's Sky Sports. We just looked at Fox. They have Deontay Wilder's, and they had Ruiz and Ortiz fight last week, right? Let's go to ESPN though. ESPN has Alice Beck, Mark Madov, and Carlos Takam. September the 16th. That's next Friday. This Friday, right? And then and then a week after that, on a Friday, they have Shakur Stevenson fighting Rob Kosekow. That's next week. That's in 2 weeks. So look at September. So they have fights in September. September the 24th, they have on the Saturday Joe Joyce and Joseph Parker. That's BT Sports and ESPN. But I'm showing you something. Then they have October 15th, Clarissa Shields, Savannah Marshall, and Baumgartner and Michaela Meyer. All that's on that card. October the 15th, they also have ESPN. They have Devin Haney and George Kambosos. It's funny. Hey, Charlo, it's funny when Terrence Crawford was with ESPN, he was with the Wrong Network, he's with Top Rank, he was Top Rank Toby, because he was with Master Bob. That's what BFTV said, right? These alphabet boys are some stupid motherfuckers. Not all of them, but some of them are some dumb motherfuckers. Probably half of them dumb motherfuckers, right? But Devin Haney is with Top Rank. But because of the politics, we ride for Dave. Hold on, isn't he with the same slave master, Bob Arum? Y'all said he was a slave master, right? When Crawford was with him. What happened? What changed? Oh, Bill giving y'all interviews. Okay, I got it.
True.
I got it. The politics of the game is the politics. So you got that right there, right? So Devin Haney had to go sign with Bob Arum. Master Bob. Devin Haney had to go sign with Master Bob in order to fight for Undisputed. Ain't that some shit? He's fighting George Kambosos. And then October 29th, he's fighting Vasily Lomachenko, and Jermaine Ortiz is on that card. October, right? So that's what ESPN has so far. They have 1, 2, 3, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. 6 fights on between September and October, right? Let's go to the Zone. Let's see what the Zone got, guys. The Zone has Canelo, Triple G. That's next weekend. They have Lee Wood and Mauricio Lara. That's the week after that, September the 24th. They have Conor Benn and Chris Eubank. We're going live for this fight. I'm loving this fight right here, fam. Loving this fight right here. I'm going for Conor Benn. Bro, I'm hyped up. I saw the little video they put out. Well, we're going to watch that video. We got to watch that video. I'm hyped up for this fight. And it's sold out, too. Fighting at a catchweight. October the 15th, they have Asim Rahman versus Victor Belfort. October 15th again. Leon Pardo versus Brock Jarvis. That's on the Zone. The Zone got a busy card. Then they got my main man. Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield, and Daniel Rosas. That's the Zone. He signed the Golden Boy now. He's headlining. We're going to see how Kid Austin, how he handles it. We're going to get him back on the show. He's a headliner. Then they have Joseph Diaz and William Cepeda. And then they're going into November. This is the Zone. They have Dimitri Bivol and Gilberto Ramirez. Zerto, right? And then November the 12th, they have Montana Love and Stevie Sparks. So they have a schedule all the way throughout November so far. The Zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, so it looked like the Zone got the fights. The Zone and maybe probably ESPN. And then BT Sports they have a fight September the 16th. Joe Joyce September the 24th and Joseph Parker. And that's it. That's what they have so far. So the Zone, the ESPN are the ones putting out all the fights. That's what it looked like to me. That's what it looked like to me. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to little Green Eyes P. Shout out to Halim. What you say, fam? You say for the people of USA, rugby is what you call American football without the safety rugby. Okay. Rolling with the pun. He said, Coach, Coach Chi. Okay. For real though. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm seeing. What you say, Abe? You say B-level boxing schedule coming up. Yeah, pretty much. But Abe, check this out, fam. The PBC have a lot of B-level fighters as well. But they can't get fight dates. You see what I'm saying, fam? They can't get fight dates. So what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing one company or one platform is able to make sure their fighters get fight dates. And I'm seeing another platform, their top guys have trouble getting fight dates. That's what I'm seeing. Fam. That's what I'm seeing. Hell, Jamal Charlo will be considered one of the top fighters in boxing, right? This dude, as a matter of fact, let's go over here, fam. Let's go over here. This dude can't even get a fight date. He can't even get a fight. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, bro. Let's go over here. I know you guys thinking I'm making this up, right? No, ain't nobody talking about no. Coach, you tripping. Ain't nobody talking about no ESPN ringside won't be talking about no which fighter has more ice. Coach, you making this up? Okay, I'm making it up, huh? All right. Here we go. Let's go on over here. You say Jamal Fort. What'd you say? You say Jamal Fort, Bent County. Their probation, you'll get a color you call every day. If you call your color, you got to show up. Not like Harris County. Oh, you talking about probation? I don't know nothing about that, fam. I don't know nothing about that. Con, what to say, fam? Ain't nobody talking about that. For real, though. You hit the nail right on the head, fam. Check this out. Now, this is ESPN. ESPN ringside. You can see I have this picture of my thumbnail. And dates. This is the dumbest shit ever. I can't believe we talk about this shit. But I got to show you guys that I don't be on here talking, just making this stuff up. I don't be making this stuff up. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Yeah, I can't make this up. You say, how did a company, PBC, that had all the Golden Boy roster, minus Canelo, fall off like this? I got a show I'm going to do where I'm going to present some facts, some information. Now, the Wakanda niggas is not going to like it because the Wakanda niggas are devoid of facts. Anything that shows facts, they hate it. They say facts a lot, but they hate facts. They like the well-dressed up lie. So, but I got a show we're going to do on that. I promise you. It's going to be fire too. It's going to be a fire show. So ESPN ringside is saying, hey man, this guy right here said that every day Devin Haney's swag starts to look more and more like Gervonta Davis. And then Gervonta Davis says right here, he want to beat me so bad. Oh, this shit is so childish.
True.
You know what? There's some things I really, really want to say about both of these niggas. Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis. But I'm going to hold off on them. I'm going to plead the fifth right now.
I plead the fifth. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anything you say, 5. Go ahead, ask me a question. Did you? 5.
Yeah, man. Anyway, I'm going to plead the fifth. Some things I want to say, I'm not going to say it right now. Anyways, let's continue. This dude right here say, I disagree. Y'all gotta go outside more. Boxing wave. This dude right here say, the real Devin Haney is undisputed. As a matter of fact, let me blow it up a little bit more so you guys can see it. The real Devin Haney is undisputed. This is true. When it comes to the real belts, what's he want? When he say what's he want to be Tank for? I guess he's trying to say, well, why does he want to be Tank? Or why would he want to be Tank for? Exactly. Only belts Tank has. He said the only belts that Tank has are Gucci. Okay. This guy says because he's wearing chains. This is stupid. Every boxer I've seen at one point wears chains. God damn. So Tank feels that Devin Haney is trying to be like him because he's wearing jewelry. Jewelry that both of you guys are being overly paid. You guys are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for jewelry that's you're paying 10 times more than what the jewelry is worth. You can't even wear it out in public without having a lot of security around you. Because niggas who look just like you are going to put guns to your faces and rob you. They're going to rob. Your own kind is going to rob. So you can't even go nowhere without it, without the jewelry on. Definitely can't be walking through B-more with the jewelry on. Like, bro, the stuff that they argue about is dumb. It's so dumb. It's beyond childish at this point. We want to see the fights. They want to talk about jewelry. I can't make this up.
True.
Kane say, he said, Gervonta don't even understand everybody want to be like Floyd. Anyways, Tank talks so much about Haney, but doesn't want to face him in the ring. You would think Tank has all the 4 belts from the way he's speaking. I ain't heard him say that. I'm reading what this guy says. I ain't heard him saying he wants to face Haney at all. But he always trying to throw shots under Mayweather protection program. Oh, this dude here, boy, he not playing. He going straight for the juggler. This dude here went straight for the juggler. This brother here say, it's not allowed to wear, what you say? Is he not allowed to wear a black shirt and chains? Oh my God. So Devin Haney is jealous of Loma's adoration by the boxing critics and envious of Gervonta Davis's clothes and jewelry. Oh, this lady's laughing. Okay, this guy right here wants all he want to fight these guys, right? Okay, we'll see what's up. And they're showing a picture of Floyd Mayweather wearing chains. This is where we at, guys. We are covering retired Hall of Fame boxers wearing chains. It say Gervonta wants to be like his daddy, Floyd Mayweather. So Tank is really following Floyd. And Tank fans are saying that Devin Haney is trying to follow Tank while ignoring the fact that Tank is following Floyd. Oh my God. I can't believe we talk about this. So as I told you guys, this is where we at. All you got to do is wear some ice, get a Reggie belt, wear some ice, and guess what? You the best. And all the other dude got to do is get some ice and get some ice and beat one guy to become undisputed, and he's the best. And he has all of the belts, so we can't argue that. Devin Haney has all of the belts. But I have to remind you guys this. And I have to do this for the old. It's not the young dudes, it's the old dudes as well. Because these old dudes that's my age and older, guess what? These guys, you need help? Come on. Hold on, guys. I gotta help my daughter. Hold on, guys. I gotta help my daughter. Hold on. All right, guys, I'm back. Shout out to my main man Charlo for dropping that. Bam, half a Cinco on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Half a hundo.
Playtime's over, boy.
Jumping to have a hunt done on your boy, man. That hunt done, man. I appreciate that, man. Hey, shout out to you, my brother. You say, Coach, keep cooking. I'm gonna keep watching. My chat fam, speak soon, y'all. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir, I will.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Shout out to my main man, Thuggin' D. Thuggin' D, salute to my brother, man, from Beatmore, man. What you say, Lamar? You say they were clowning Floyd when he showed up at the Lakers game with them chains on. Said he want to be like Mr. T.
True.
Hey, man, hey, look here, man. All I'm saying is this. This is what I'm saying. This is where we at, y'all. This is where we at. This dude here says, I mean, they aren't the only two people on the planet dressing like this. Oh, so he's saying, okay, Floyd had on a black shirt with jewelry around his neck. This is what it is. Tank has a black shirt just like Floyd with jewelry around his neck. Devin Haney has a black sweater on with jewelry around his neck. And so both fan bases are saying that, hey, you know, every day Devin Haney's swag starts to look more and more like Tank. And then Tank says he want to be me so bad. Well, it looks like both of these guys is trying to be like this guy. But who am I to talk about this here, right? So this is what I want to know. Who wins the fight of the jury? Since that's what I want to talk about. Who wins the battle of the jury, guys? Who wins the battle of the jury? Do you guys care about jury? Anybody in the chat care about jury? Here it goes right here. This brother right here said that Tank started this trend with the young black boxers, though. So this brother here say, yeah, brother, but what you fail to realize, brother, is Tank is the one that started the trend and everybody started following behind his footsteps, my brother. Sir, what does this have to do with Tank getting in there with the other top guys and the other top guys getting in there with Tank and them fighting each other? What does it have to do with anything with that? It ain't got nothing to do with that, my brother. But my fighter was the one that started the trend with wearing the ice amongst the jitterbugs. Like, this is where we at.
True.
This dude here say disagree. The results speak for itself. Who is the undisputed champ? And this is where we at. I say this again, guys. ESPN is asking questions about who took who swag. I can't make this up.
True.
You see how dumb this shit is? This shit is childish. It's childish. One guy be 28 in November. Another guy be 24 soon. And they talking about ice and jury. Okay, this is the fan base. This is the fan base. This guy here say disagree. They're just two young brothers with a lighted complexion wearing jury. I never heard that every day. Tyson Fury swag starts to look like Usyk. Yeah, this is too much. This is too much. This I had to show you guys this. It goes down on Twitter. This is where it's at. This is where it's at. What did you say? Kane said he got to look the part. Now, Kane might be interested in this though. See, Kane, this probably what you probably be online talking about this here. You probably be online talking about this here. Yeah, man. You know what? Yeah, dog. See, my fighter got ice. See, Kane, I already know where you at. See, I already know where you at. See, two fighters, fan bases arguing about who biting who swag. And then another fan base is talking about how my fighter got more followers on Instagram and TikTok.
I actually do cuss a little.
Do you?
Also, yeah.
What's your favorite curse word?
Probably fuck.
So this is where it's at. This is where it's at with the jitterbugs. I know where the jitterbugs is at. The jitterbugs, I know where y'all at. Y'all worried about TikTok, Instagram, and who got more ice. Right? I know where y'all at. I don't care nothing about the ice. Jaime Rivera said, he said, that's why Boston fell off the bat. I'm just saying, dog. I'm like, man, can we, listen, hold on. This is what I want. This is all I want for Christmas. You know, when you was young, they had a song, all I want for Christmas is my two front teeth. All I want for Christmas is my two front teeths. Now, this is what I want for boxing. Let's go to ring. Let's go to ring. This ring, all I want for Christmas for boxing, I don't want my two front teeths. You can have the teeths, right? You can have that there, right? Let's go over here. Let's see. I'm going to tell you what I want. I'm not going to get it, But let me tell you what I want. I'm not going to get it, but let me tell you what I want. This is what I want for Christmas. And I don't necessarily mean this year, but you get what I'm saying. This guy has all of the belts. He beat this guy, George Kambosos, in order to get the belts. This guy is WBO mandatory to fight for the WBO title. He will be pressing anyone who has that WBO belt to make him defend his title. This guy right here, according to reports, Devin Haney will be fighting him next. Or the winner of George Kambosos and Devin Haney will be fighting Vasily Lomachenko next. You got Tank Davis right here. He is the Reggie belt. He is the WBA Reggie belt holder. He is the mandate. All he has to do is activate his mandatory to become a challenger for the guy who has the WBA strap. He has the Reggie belt. This is how this works. All he got to do is activate his mando. This guy right here, he's pound for pound on Instagram, and TikTok, and on TikTok. He's pound for pound, Ryan Garcia, right? This dude right here, Pitbull, he wants all the smoke. This guy right here, the Mexican Mike Tyson, he wants all the smoke. He doesn't know how to throw jabs or any of that stuff, right? But he want to fight any of these guys. He don't give a damn. He want the smoke. This dude right here. He's broke, he's hungry, and he wants to fight. And he got a neck, boy, look at that neck. God damn, he got a neck on him, boy. He wants to fight anybody. He don't care who it is.
But this bum is taking the easy matches, fighting other bums.
What I want for Christmas is this. This is what I want for Christmas. I don't care if your fighter has ice. I don't care if your fighter sold out a venue. I don't care if your fighter has more swag than the other fighter. I let you guys deal with swag, ice, and you want to talk money talk. I let you guys deal with that. This is what I want for Christmas. I want to see who win the fight between these two guys. Then I want to see this guy fight Gervonta Davis. I don't want to hear no shit about, oh man, you got to come sign with our company in order to get the fight. How come your fighters don't never have to sign with another company in order to get the fight? Why is it always one-sided? As a matter of fact, you have fighters who are with different promotional companies fight each other all the time. It's just certain fighters don't fight each other. I'm going to give you a perfect example. You had Wilder Fury. You have Michaela Meyer, top-ranked fighter, fighting a DAZN in Matchroom fighter with Alicia Baumgartner. These fights happen all the time. It's just when it comes to certain fighters, it doesn't happen. I want to see these top 10 guys fight each other. Don't tell me nothing about your fighter's Ali or he's Hagler. No. Your fighter ain't shit. I don't give a fuck about why I'm gonna change your fighter guy. Your fighter got a net worth of $4 million. Don't talk money talk, because the nigga ain't on the grand scheme of things. When it comes to the other top fighters that are cash cows, he ain't got no bread like that. So don't talk money talk to me. I'm old school. This is what I want to see. Now, you got some old school. I tell you guys, stay away from them old crusty niggas. You got them old crusty niggas on the internet who have YouTube channels. Them old crusties is what I like to call them. Them old crusty niggas, they have a new school mentality. These old crusty niggas that have YouTube channels, they haven't been watching boxing a long time. They just started watching, and they talk old crusty nigga talk. Stay away from the old crusty niggas. I don't like the old crusty niggas. I don't. They don't be talking about having their fighters. They be online saying the same stuff online, talking duck language, talking about they fighter from their city and all. I can see a young dude doing it because a young dude don't know no better. But these old dudes, stay away from these old crusty niggas. That's what I call them. OCN, old crusty niggas. That's what I call them. Stay away from them. Don't compare your fighter to anybody from the old school. If they ain't fighting the top 10 like Ernie Shavers did, or Ali did, or how many top 10 fighters? I told you guys, this is my criteria. My criteria is the level of competition. My criteria is how many top 10 fighters you fought. How many of these guys in the top 10 did your fighter fight? My criteria is, did you clean out a weight division? My criteria is, if you cleaned out the weight division, did you dominate the division? If you cleaned it out, you dominated. So it really should be that. Did you dominate the weight division? And my criteria is, how many career-defining fights have you had? So far, when you look here, shout out to my sister. Shout out to my sister, Food Revolution.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that half for, bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Food Revolution, salute to you, sis. I really appreciate the support.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Shout out to my sister Arlette, man. Salute to Arlette. You get what I'm saying, though? Listen. So I have a criteria. My daughter's outside. Your criteria is dick riding. Your criteria is everything that don't have anything to do with boxing. I get it. You're broke. You ain't got no money. You on child support. You don't take care of your kids. I get it. You got a PS5. You selling Nick sacks in the hood. I get it. And you live your life vicariously through your fighter. I get it. I understand. But the way this works, this for you old crusty niggas and you new booties. The way this work is this. How many top 10 fighters have your fighter fought? When Tank fought this guy, Tank has fought this guy. This guy just been put in the top 10 recently. Before Tank fought him, he wasn't nowhere to be found in the rankings except, I'm saying low in the rankings. Now, they did have him in there with the WBC. No, the WBA. The WBA had him in there. And I told you how these ranking systems work, right? You know, you just pay him. Hey, WBA president, check this out, baby boy. My name is Al Haymon. My name is Lou DiBella. My name is Tom Brown. My name is Bob Arum. This is what I need you to do. I need you to take my fighter that you have ranked number 59, and I need you to put him in the top 10. You know, we normally don't do stuff like that. Listen, I got a briefcase that just got dropped off at your office. You might be interested in what's in the briefcase. Tomorrow, I want to see my fighter in the top 10. No problem. He'll be there tomorrow. That's how this works.
True.
That's how this works. Anyways, how many of these guys your fighter fought? So in order for us to know who is the best in the lightweight division, this guy will have to fight this guy. And this guy. And this guy. And maybe some of these guys down here, right? This guy will have to do the same. He fought Teofimo Lopez, so he fought one of the top guys, and then he fought another top guy fighting Devin Haney. So far, George Kambosos has fought two top guys. Vasily Lomachenko, he's fought a couple of the top guys. They're not in ring right now. But he fought Coleman, he fought Teofimo Lopez, he lost that fight. He fought Linares some years back. You get what I'm saying? So all of these guys will have to fight each other. Until these guys fight each other, nobody in this weight division is the best. Now, what we can do, we can say, okay, we can look and say how many top 10 guys did Vasily Lomachenko fight? How many top 10 guys did Tank Davis fight? We can look at that and say, okay, whoever fought the most top 10 guys, he would have more, he would be ranked higher more so than the other guys. That's how you do that. That's how you do that. Again, I don't care about how many chains your fighter got. You want to talk about jury? You can do that. I don't care how much money your fighter got with a net worth of $4 million. I don't care who your fighter fought and what arenas he sold out. That ain't got nothing to do with determining who's the best lightweight in the world. We don't know who the best lightweight in the world. You got 10 guys here. We don't know who the best is. You want to know why? Because all these guys haven't fought each other. That's how this works. Doesn't work any other way. And that's how it has always worked. It's always worked that way. Contrary to popular belief, it's always worked that way. Shout out to Esau. What'd you say, Miguel? He said Esau Cruz should add Robert Garcia to his camp. I don't know, fam. I don't know. Just like, hold on, I'm finna tell you something. Hold on, I'm finna show you something else. See, we know my brother. We know Jamel Charlo. Let's see who he fought. See, this is how this works. Jamel Charlo fought. Now, this has been switched around. But Jamel Charlo fought Rosario. He was in the top 10 at that time. Jamel Charlo's fought Erickson Lubin. He's fought Tony Harrison. He's fought Brian Castano. So Jamel Charlo fought 3 guys that's in Ring's top 10 right now. And really, he's fought more because there was Rosario was in the top 10 when he fought him, when Jamel fought him. That's how this works. So he got it the hard way. That's how this works. This guy put the pause on Lubin. Tony Harrison put the pause on the other guy that he fought. And these guys got to fight each other. Right? This how you figure out who's who in the division. But he the top dog, Jamel Charlo the top dog, because not only is he undisputed, but you got to look at who he fought. He fought Rosario, beat him, took his belt. He beat other champions in order to become undisputed champion. You can't argue that. He lost his belt to this guy, Tony Harrison. And then he came back after having a fight, rematched him, and he beat him and got his belt back. He beat Lubin early in his career. That's how this works. That's how this works. It doesn't work any other way. No matter what anyone else says, I'm telling you, I'm schooling you new booties. Don't listen to the crusty niggas. Stay away from the crusties, right? We're going to call them the crusties. We're going to call them the crusties. All these guys got to fight each other. If they don't fight each other, ain't no best in the lightweight division. Ain't no best. Ain't no best. What you say, Arlette, you say, I don't want to bash, but I'm too old to entertain the foolishness. So shout out, so what you say, likes and jury too. What you say? So SO likes jury. Oh, so-and-so likes jury. But he owns property. But does he own, you trying to see, does he own property? My dad owns land and houses here in the Caribbean, but doesn't own any jury. Well, you know, these guys are young. They're young, Arlette. My thing is this here. When you're young, like when I was young, I had jury. But I was a teenager. You see what I'm saying? I was 17, 18, I was 16, 15, 16, 17. Well, once I got I don't even own a watch. I don't even own a watch. So, but I'm 48. Right now, like, I have my priorities in check. Like me, I got, you know what I mean? I got my shit together. You see what I'm saying? So they'll learn that as time goes on. But but I say all that to say this, Arlette. A lot of these guys have it twisted. The only way we're going to know who the best guys is the guys in the top 10 got to fight each other. And the reason why all that we have these commandments, well, I don't like to talk about money. Because what happens, sister, is this. These guys, their fan bases, and even the fighters and the promoters, they will say, use that as a pretext for why we should not get the fights. You know, they'll say, hey, man, my fighter got more money than your fighter. Sir, what does that have to do? What does that have to do with your fighter fighting the other guys in the top 10. My fighter don't have to fight the other guys in the top 10 because my fighter has more ice than your fighter. My fighter is the cash cow of the division. So how he's a cash cow? You got a net worth of $4 million, and the guy who he fought only made $300,000-$400,000 fighting him. How is he a cash cow? I'm trying to. I know two guys who are cash cows, who when fighters fight them, they make seven, and eight figures. High 7 figures in 8 figures. So what I told you guys before, this is what's going on. In today's time with the old crusty niggas and the new booties in the game, fighters that are doing the least get the most praise. And fighters who are doing the most get disregarded as he haven't done anything. This is where we at.
True.
This is where we at. Can they say the money, the bottom line though, coach? Yeah. Listen, I'm not trying to hear that shit. What if the money is the bottom line? Your fighter ain't got no money. And them other fighters ain't got no money. When it comes to finding out who the best fighter is, the money ain't the bottom line. Not with me. And that's the problem. Shout out to Kane.
Hey, okay.
Dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, would you say some fights you let build? No, sir.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
See, I'm finna tell you why I shut that down. Because, see, this is another argument y'all made. Yeah, we got to let the fight build and all that stuff there. Oh, as a matter of fact, come on. Let's do this. I'm glad you brought that up, fam. I'm glad you brought that up. Glad you brought that up. Glad you brought that up. Some fights should let build. Okay, some fights should let build. Let's let it build. Yeah, we gonna fight. We gonna let it build. 5, 6, 7, 8 years later, let it build like Crawford and Spence get building, huh? Not gonna let you get away with that. No, sir. You're not gonna get away with that, but not with me. Not with me. Sugar Ray Leonard fought Wilfred Benitez. I think Sugar Ray was in his early 20s. As a matter of fact, how old was Sugar Ray when he fought Wilfred Benitez? I think Sugar Ray was born in what, 58, something like that? When Sugar Ray was born? Oh, he was born in 56. Sugar Ray was born in 56. Sugar Ray Leonard was born in 1956. He fought Wilfred Benitez when he was 23 years old. Let's look at this. He fought Wilfred Benitez when he was 23 years old. Sugar Ray Leonard did. Fought Davey Boy Green at 24. He fought Roberto Duran at 24 years old. Sugar Ray did that. And then he rematched him at 24 years old. You get what I'm saying? And I can show you some more stuff. Some more fighters. This is just one. See, what I'm not going to let you do is use that as a pretext for why we can't get the fights. I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but that's probably what you're doing. Yeah, we got to let the fight build some more. One dude is almost 30 years. One dude is 28 years old. He'll be 28 in November. And another dude is on TikTok, doing this. And as a matter of fact, another dude on TikTok.
I actually do cuss a little.
Do you?
Also, yeah.
What's your favorite curse word?
Probably fuck.
When Floyd Mayweather was boxing and Oscar De La Hoya was boxing, they fought the top guys. They didn't, now some people would say Floyd did age some fighters out as it became money. Mayweather, and that is some truth to that. But for the most part, if you look at What Floyd did, he wanted all the smoke at a young age. He was fighting these guys when he was Pretty Boy Floyd. You don't know nothing about Pretty Boy Floyd. I know you don't. So I ain't trying to hear that. Gotta let the fight marinate. My fight at the A side. My fight is selling out arenas. My fight at the cash cow with a net worth of $4 million. My fighter got more swag than your fighter. My fighter got more ice than your fighter. This is the problem.
True.
It's not gonna work with me. Oscar De La Hoya fought some killers at a young age. Shout out to Jaime Rivera for dropping that. Bam, cash app on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
I'm not going for it. I can't go for that, man. I'm like holding notes. I can't go for that. No can do. I can't go for that, dog. I am not changing.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Let's get the likes up to 150. I'm opening up the phone lines. 150. That's all we need. We need like 70 likes. Open up the phone lines. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So if your fighter ain't doing that, if your fighter ain't fighting the top guys, man, what we doing? Ain't nobody the best at 135, in my opinion. Now, if Lomachenko, and I gave you guys the criteria. What is the criteria? You have to look at the fighter's overall body of work, and you have to see who has he fought. How many top 10 guys has he fought? And if that fighter becomes a champion, how many title defenses have that fighter had? Because anybody can become a champion, but can you successfully defend your title against all comers? Hagler didn't move up, and he wasn't a champion in multiple weight divisions. So you can say that's a knock on Hagler. He didn't move up in weight. No, he didn't. But guess what he did do, though? He dominated the middleweight division. He was, as a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, let's do this. Hold on, let's do this. Let's do this, Cletus. Let's do this, boy. Let's do it. I'm finna take you to school. Take you to school. Take these new booty to school. And these old crusty niggas to school. These old crusties. If you young and you want young watching boxing, stay away from the old crusties. Stay away from the old crusties. Show you something. This is what I mean by did you dominate the division? Marvelous Marvin Hagler. He fought Alan Minter, knocked him out in England, and he did it in England at Wembley Arena in London, right? He won the WBA, WBC, and the Ring magazine, in the ring middleweight titles. Guess what I mean by did he dominate? He fought everybody in the top 10. He defended his titles here. He defended his title here. He defended his titles 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 here. Picked up the IBF title, 1983. He was undisputed. He defended his title successfully against Tommy Hearns, against John the Beast Mugabe, against Mustafa, against Juan Rodon, against Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran moved up, but he beat him. He defended his titles from 1980 and picked up undisputed, became undisputed, beat Alan Minter all the way till 1987 when he lost to Sugar Ray split decision. Is your fighter doing that?
True.
And all of these guys were top 10 guys. If your fighter ain't doing that, I'm not trying to hear it. If you're trying to convince me of your fighter. He said, remember Sugar Ray Leonard fought 3 times in a month. I mean, yeah, I mean, you can fight. Yeah, some of those fighters, when they fighting back to back like that, probably early, like especially if it was early in his career. If it was early in his career, those guys fought more. Those guys fought more. Shout out to Jaime Rivera. You say, Coach, did you not read my Cash App? Oh, yeah, I didn't read the Cash App. What you say on the Cash App? Yeah. You said for Trinidad versus De La Hoya, another one. Yeah, Trinidad versus De La Hoya, another one. Yeah. Hey, thank you for reminding me, fam. That's my criteria, though. That's my criteria. And the people who brought me up, shout out to my Uncle Benny, R.I.P. to Uncle Benny. This is how I was raised to watch it. And when I look at the examples around me, I look at the examples. So that's why I don't like to hear fighters. I don't like to hear fans or fighters say comparing themselves to legendary fighters. You ain't doing what the legendary fighters did. So that's all I'm saying. You haven't done what the legendary fighters done. As a matter of fact, let me just open up the phone line. We need 100. We need 6 more likes. Just give me 6 likes. We'll open up the phone lines. We need 6 likes. Only one open up the phone lines. I'll drop it down here. Y'all, so do you guys agree with Leonard Ellerbe when he says that all roads lead to Tank in the 135-pound division? What does he mean by that? What does he mean by that? What does he mean by that? Let's see. What does Leonard mean by that? What does Leonard mean by that? Oh, I know what he mean by that. I know what he mean by that. Of course, he's talking about money. He's talking about money. But the thing is, the fighters who fight Tank don't make career high money. So I don't get that. And Leonard specifically said on the record that he's not going to pay Devin Haney the type of money that he was making with Matchroom. He said Matchroom paid Devin Haney a lot of money. We're not going to pay him that over here. So I don't get it. You know, like Triple G is making his career high payday fighting Canelo. Caleb Plant made life-changing money fighting Canelo. Alexander Usyk, Charles Martin, Kubrat Pulev. All of these guys made career high paydays fighting Anthony Joshua. When I say career high, I'm talking about high 7 figures. You get what I'm saying? So I know what that means. If Aesop Cruz is making $300,000-$400,000 fighting your fighter ain't no cash cow. Canelo is a cash cow. Anthony Joshua is a cash cow. Motherfuckers can't even touch a meal fighting your fighter, so what we talking about? Now, he's doing good for the company. He's doing good for the company because the cost is low. The costs are low, and it's feasible for the fighters. You ain't paying a lot of money up front, so you can put these events on because you're not paying these fighters a lot of money. This is why everything is supposed to be back end. But guess what? The back end ain't selling. This is why Showtime do not reveal their pay-per-view numbers. It sound good though. It sound good for the hood. Though. Shout out to Kenneth. He said, I think he means if you want a pay-per-view check, you got to fight Tank in the lightweight division. Yeah. I just broke that down, though. I just blowed that whole thing up. I just blowed that up. The money is in the guarantee. Nobody's really buying pay-per-views. And those numbers that you see mysteriously, I had Rick Glazer on, he broke it down. Those numbers that you hear mysteriously get floated out there by Mike Carpenter and Michael Benson, those are leaked by Leonard Ellerbe. Leonard Ellerbe and what's my main man name? VP of Operations at the PBC. Those guys leak those numbers because you'll never hear them go on record and say that. They'll never say, yeah, man, my fighter did 200 to 300,000. They'll never go on record and say that. Yeah, these dudes like to talk about money. They like to talk money talk. Hold on. Hold on, Arlette. Let me hold on, Arlette. Let me. I gotta connect this. Yeah, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, dog. I'm just calling the way it is. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Arlette from Harlem, New York City.
Arlette from Harlem. Talk to me, sis. Talk to me.
I was just like co-signing everything you're saying. To be honest, I'm really embarrassed with Tank and Leonard L, well, whatever you call him, Synopsis Nose. And you are right. It's only two top fighters, two superstars. Tank is not a superstar, and boxing in this country is a niche sport.
Yeah.
So the average person doesn't even know who Tank is. Probably people in the hood know who Tank is, as far as, and even people from the hood, they don't not even into boxing like that. They only tune in when there's a fight.
Mhm.
The average person do not know who Tank last fought, Tank's last three opponents, and who they fought. And for them to suggest that he's a superstar, let me tell you something, Coach. Me and my significant others, that's what SO means. We were going to go to the last Tank fight with Rivalries, and the day of the fight, they still had a whole bunch of tickets. That's why when you were saying, oh, it's sold out, I'm like, they must have gave away the tickets because they still had tickets available, a lot of seats.
Yeah.
I think it's a con game that they're playing right now, and they're trying to make Tank look like a star without doing the work as far as making him fight the top competition. And I wish people could see that. I'm not like a Tank hater or anything like that, because I never really bashed Tank. I mean, I bash his oppositions, but I don't bash him. Other than him beating on women, I don't really say anything bad about Tank. But I don't think, if he's not the A side, and I mean, for me, for Devin Haney, I don't think he will be the A side because the Top Rank has more money than PBC, and I think it will be easier for Top Rank to pay Tank than Devin, who has all of the belts, to go to PBC and fight for what? Isn't Tank only making like 1.5 million or 2 million? Devin makes more than that, even before he was even a champ. So, I mean, people really have to think about that. But that's all I wanted to say.
All right, shout out to Arlette. Thank you so much, sis, for calling in. Give her a round of applause. I got a text that Rick Glazier sent me. Where's that text at? Why I can't find it? He sent me. Oh, there you go, right there. SEC federal filings. I'm gonna do a show on this. SEC federal filings. Yeah. Neither one of these guys is. Neither one of these guys is. You know what I mean? I will say this. Filings. PBC. Hold on, guys. Now, Tank and Devin Haney, they popping. Tank popping in the hood. Devin Haney, he ain't really popping. He ain't really, I think he popping maybe on the West Coast. I don't know, man. I don't know, but the way to get popping, these guys got to fight each other. And some of these fighters, from what I've been hearing, they've been getting overpaid and this and that. I don't give a damn about that. I don't get none of the money anyways. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? This is Adrian from Dallas, Texas.
Adrian, talk to me, fam.
Coach, you got to call me the Tank Davis Nostradamus, the future teller of the guy that lies to every brother and sister and every upcoming boxer. When you say you're going to go legitimately, you're going to be the top guy, that you are the top guy. You don't need Floyd. You don't need nobody to be talking for you. And then you just creep yourself back into the cave. And then you just hear the echo saying, I'm the best. I'm the best. And you got the real fighters out here in the real world doing their hard work. Like Devin Haney's dad. You know how hard it was for Devin Haney's dad to do his job? to work his son, to be with his son, and do everything that's possible to be where they are now, undisputed kings. To where Ryan Garcia's dad's been with them the whole damn time, working on him to be a superstar. Where they've had promoters, now they got Top Rank, Golden Boy, real promotional companies behind these guys. But then you got Floyd Mayweather Jr., the billionaire, the one that's made all this money in boxing, but can't even pay the B-side fighter money to make his A-side fighter supposedly the best fighter out there in the world to take the challenges that he did. How do you promote yourself that you say you got all this money, but then you can't even pay your own fighters? That don't make no sense. What do you think about that?
No,
Coach?
I don't want to. Listen, I'm not bad. I'm not trying to bash Tank Davis. What I'm saying is none of these fighters are all of it is an illusion. Is what I'm saying. Don't know. Devin Haney can't sell out a hot dog stand. We saw his fight with JoJo Diaz. But what does that have to do? What does that have to do with him fighting top guys? Nothing. Tank Davis, you know, he sold, well, according to what Leonard Ellerbe says, he sold out the Barclays Center. Now, I don't know how many of those tickets were comps, meaning how many they just gave away at the last minute. I don't know. So I can only go by the information that Leonard put out there. 9 times out of 10, Leonard Ellerbe is probably lying, because that's what he does. But everything is smoke and mirrors. All I care about is the top 10 fighters fighting each other. That's all I care about. And that's why when I talk, Adrian, I always bring it back to boxing. I don't care about your ice. I don't care how many gangbangers, how many gangbangers follow you from the hood. I don't care how many pimps, prostitutes follow you. I don't care how many prayers you do, on your prayer rug. How many chains you got. I don't care about none of that. Okay, when you get through praying, alhamdulillah, niggas, you gonna fight these other guys in the top 10?
Yeah. You're right. One more thing,
that's all I care about.
Okay.
Go ahead.
One more thing is, I know we're talking about at the end of the day, who's a real fighter and who's not. I gotta give respect to Tank.
What?
But I feel like he's being missed. I feel like he's by Don King.
Your phone going in and out.
Tyson never had a male. I'm sorry, Coach. I said Tank Davis, I feel, is in danger of being misguided like Mike Tyson was with Don King. You know what I mean? Don King showed Mike Tyson all this glitz and glamour, but he never really, at the end of the day, he cared about the boxer. And I feel like Floyd Mayweather is kind of like Don King to a point where he's doing it. He's making Tank Davis, now his puppet, into kind of like Don King and Mike Tyson. Gotta keep that old, baby, no matter what. But I understand that, but think about this, Coach. When Don King took over Mike Tyson was already a champion of the world. He was already he was what he was. Where Tank Davis, to be honest with you, Coach, can't really compare him to Mike Tyson because he hasn't fought the legitimate same ass track of fighters that Mike Tyson had. Even though the 80s era and was on the downside at that time. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, I feel bad for Tank Davis right there, Coach, because he's going to be treated just. Floyd Mayweather's going to be like Don King. Look at all the fighters that left Don King. That's all I got to say, Coach.
Shout out to Adrian, man. Called from Dallas. Shout out to Adrian. I say this. This is what I say. And I'm going to go back to boxing. Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, Vasily Lomachenko. Who else we got over here? I'm gonna bring it right back to boxing because if you stay on the side of boxing, you'll never lose. You'll win every time. What happened? I thought I had it up. You know what? I must have. If you stay on the side of boxing, you'll never lose. You'll win every time. I thought I had it up. What the hell happened? Anyways, let me go ahead and pull it up. Let me pull it back up. I don't know what happened. Thought I had it up. All I care about is the top 10 guys fighting each other. Nobody's the best. Oh, that's ring. My bad. Ring right here. Here you go right here. There's nobody the best in the lightweight division. That's the conclusion that I have come to. Because in order for me to know who the best is, you're going to have to do what the old school fighters did. None of these fighters are doing that. So since they're not doing that, I can't give them a crown. Tank ain't the best in the lightweight division. Devin Haney is not the best in the lightweight division. Vasily Lomachenko is not the best in the lightweight division. And Ryan Garcia is not the best. They got to fight each other. And if all of them don't fight each other, then we say how many guys that's in the top 10, how many of those guys did fight top 10 fighters? We got to look at the resume and say, okay, where was this guy ranked? Right? That's what we got to look at. And that's how it's done. I care nothing about the smoke and mirrors. I care nothing about none of that. I know there's a reason why Showtime won't release the pay-per-view numbers of PBC fighters. I know the truth. Those fighters ain't, those rumored pay-per-view sales that you've been hearing that's been coming from Michael Benson and stuff like that that's being leaked by Tim Scott, by Tim Smith or any of these other guys, guess what? Those fighters ain't doing that. That's why they don't show the numbers. This must be Jason Mones. He say Tank is a star. He sells. He beats top guys like Cruz. Yeah, that's Jason Mones. That's Jason Mones. I read your chat. Read the super chat. Shout out to Ali Maddox.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
You say no sport except boxing says athletes inexperienced aren't what? RDY? Aren't ready. I guess you're trying to say ready. Aren't ready or not in their prime until 20s, mid 30s. Nowadays, Booger Ray's of boxing selling BS. Well, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I'm just saying like this ain't just, I'm not putting all this on Booger Ray. I'm just saying that for me, the top guys got to fight the top guys. We got to stop comparing these young fighters to old school fighters. These young fighters are not the old school fighters. They don't do what the old school fighters do.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
They don't do what the old school fighters do. You get what I'm saying? Keep the old school names out your mouth. They don't do what they do. This is a different era. They don't fight the top. They don't listen, bro. Like you have to prove you the best. You got to fight the top competition night in and night out, like the UFC.
True.
The reason why the UFC does well because the top guys are fighting the top guys every goddamn fight. If you are a champion in the UFC, guess what? You're gonna. If we look at those fighters in the UFC, and quite a few of those fighters have losses, which is what happened when you fight top guys. And in any given day, somebody can lose a fight. Man, I just had a hard fight in February. Yep, you got another hard fight coming up in June. Damn. After that, you got another hard fight coming up in November. Damn. After that, you got another hard fight coming up February next year. Damn. After that, you got another hard fight coming up. And the hard fights are the number one guys. Okay, you beat this number one guy. This guy that was number 2 moved up to number 1. Guess what? That's going to be your next fight. That's going to be your fight next. And then when you beat that number 1 guy, guess what? The number 2 guy then move up to number 1. Then you're going to fight that guy. And you're going to have to fight that guy. That's how it works. That's how boxing used to work. It doesn't work that way anymore, but that's how boxing used to work. Boxing used to work that way. Boxing used to work that way. He's saying the UFC get paid pennies too. That myth has been debunked. Those guys. Let me go ahead and school. Let me go into School Connect. School Connect. When you say pennies, what do you mean by pennies? Give me a number. Be specific. This is gonna be very easy for me to school Kane on this one. It's very easy. Give me an example. What's pennies? What's pennies, Kane? What's pennies? What's pennies? $5 an hour, $15 an hour, $500 a fight, $10,000 a fight. Give me an example. I got something for you. I keep something in the cut. Hold on. Keep something in the cut. I got something for you. I got something for you. I got something for you. Got something for you. He says Usman, arguably the pound for pound UFC, only got paid $500 for world title fight. All right, this is easy to blow up. The top guys in the UFC do not make as much money as the top guys in boxing. That's true. That's true. The top guys in the UFC do not make they don't make Canelo Alvarez money. They don't make Anthony Joshua money. They don't make Canelo and Anthony Joshua, two top guys. They don't make Deontay Wilder money. That's 3 fighters. They don't make Tyson Fury money. They don't make recently Alexander Usyk money. This shit is too easy. Let's see. Usyk, yada. Tank making what, 1.5? Guarantee. Get the rest on the back end. We don't know what the hell that is. But I throw that out there for you to make you feel good. Lower tier. We're gonna put lower tier. I throw that out there to make you feel good. Make to tickle your fancy. So we're gonna throw Terrence Crawford on there. They ain't making what Terrence Crawford made. He got a net worth of $9 million. So they ain't making what Terrence Crawford made. Errol Spence got a net worth of 7 million, 8 million, something like that. They ain't making what Spence made. Okay, the top guys. Who else? 1, 2, 3, 4. Got the top guys, AJ and Canelo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll throw Tank on there to make you feel good. We'll throw Devin Haney on there to make you feel good. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got 9 fighters. How many fighters are in boxing, sir? This is gonna be easy. As a matter of fact, I'll throw some more on there. I'll throw Jamal Charlo on there. We'll throw the Charlos on there. We'll throw Jamel on there. We'll throw Andrade on there. We got to throw Dillian White on there. We'll throw Dillian White on there too. Fuck it. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So when you say the UFC getting paid peanuts, are you saying they're getting paid peanuts in comparison to the top fighters in boxing? Okay, this is gonna be easy. Where my receipt at? Pull this receipt up. Let's pull this receipt up. This is gonna be easy. As a matter of fact, let me put the phone number down. I ain't put the number down yet. Phone number right there. Sorry about that, guys. Let me put the phone number down. This is gonna be easy. It's gonna be easy. Got this bookmarked. Have this bookmarked. Hold on, guys. I'm getting there. It's over here somewhere. I want to pull up. All right, we got it there. Wait a minute. Where is that? Bam! There you go right there. Oh, this the economic breakdown. Here you go, right here. So you said the UFC made peanuts and compared them to the fighters, the boxers, they make peanuts. So now, if you're saying that they make peanuts in comparison to the top fighters, there's what I counted, maybe 13 top fighters in boxing. Really, they ain't that meaning, but I'm just doing this for argument's sake. Let's say they got 13 top fighters in boxing. How much are the rest of the fighters making, sir? How much are the rest of the fighters making, Kene? Do you know what the average boxer makes per fight, Kene? Well, forget per fight, makes a year? The fighters, professional boxers, they get paid peanuts. I got the receipts. Anybody want to refute that? Anybody? Kene? He said, count up every person that make at least 1 million. That's how many people in the UFC has. What would you say? Every person making 1 million. These fighters ain't making $1 million. These fighters ain't making $1 million. Shout out to Ali Maddox for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
When you say shit, you got to stand on that shit. You better have some receipts. The average fighter don't make no money. The average fighter they work jobs in boxing. The average fighter has a second job. He has his main job. Shout out to Alamados. He said, Coach, just saying, imagine if we had, I got the receipt right here. I'm finna pull it. I'm finna show it to him, but I'm finna blow this shit up. He said, Coach, just saying, imagine if we had to wait for Jordan and Magic, LeBron, Kobe. Yeah, I know you're comparing now. You say LeBron, Kobe, to be 30 years old. They finally had to compete against the best competition. Yeah, that's but those are two different sports though, Alan. To be funny, honest.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, my name is Eric. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Eric from Brooklyn. Talk to me.
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, brother. You said that the people in the lightweight division, you can't rate them because they have to fight each other, correct?
Yes, sir. We can't say who the best in the lightweight division is until the top guys fight each other. That's how it's always been. And so that's okay. I'm standing on that.
I totally agree. I totally agree with that. But can you spoil Devin Haney? Because the main guys, the top guys, he said Lomachenko. Remember when he called out Lomachenko and called him Nomachenko?
Yeah.
He been calling him out. He tried to fight Teofimo Lopez. He even confronted him and tried to make Teofimo fight him, and instead Teofimo fought Kambosos. He ran from Devin Haney and he fought Kambosos. That's Devin Haney trying to fight Teo.
Kambosos was his mandatory, though. He had to fight
wasn't.
He had to fight Kambosos.
He had to fight Kambosos?
Yeah, that was the IBF mandatory, or he would have got stripped of his belt.
But Devin went to him and tried his hardest to get the fight. Like he wasn't ducking or not trying to fight Teofimo. He went after Kambosos. Kambosos said, "I promise you to fight after I beat Teofimo." After Kambosos beat Teofimo, he tried to duck Devin Haney and fight Lomachenko. Lomachenko went to war, so he was unavailable. He tried his hardest to avoid Devin Haney, but Devin Haney went after Kambosos. And then Tank called him out, saying, "Oh, if you beat Kambosos, I want to fight you, Devin Haney." And Devin Haney been calling out Tank. Ryan Garcia himself said if he fought anybody in the lightweight division, Devin Haney will be his toughest goal. And the way that Ryan Garcia be avoiding fights and lying on fights, you know that if he think that Devin is the hardest, he's definitely not going to try to fight Dev. So in my opinion, I don't feel like Devin is ducking or not trying to fight the best people because he's been calling out the best people. He actually has all the belts now, and still the people in his division are not calling him out. I think he's ducked and he's chasing legacy, and it's hard to chase legacy if nobody wants to fight you.
Yeah, you make a point on that, but I will say this: these fighters don't make their own fights. Tank don't make his own fights. Ryan Garcia don't make his own fights. Devin Haney doesn't. He got 2 promoters right now, so I don't think that. I'm gonna just be honest. It doesn't make sense for me for Tank Davis to call out Devin Haney. You want to know why? Because Devin Haney is under contract for 2 fights with Top Rank. He has to fight George Kambosos again. And then if he loses, I don't know who else he would fight. But if he wins, he's going to have to fight. He's going to have to fight Vasily Lomachenko, or if he doesn't move up, he's under contract to fight someone else. So in defense of Tank Davis, even if Tank does activate his mandatory, which he can, he can activate his mandatory. He has the WBA Reggie belt. Tank still Tank. Now, I don't know how that'll work out if he activate that.
Because it'll work out like this, because Kambosos' contract is for the belt. He's contracted to fight for another unanimous decision. So even if Devin Haney fought Tank, Kambosos' contract is still in effect. He can still fight afterwards. He's part of contract. But
they have a date though. They have a date. But they have a date though. They're fighting in October. They have a date. So
I know they had a date. I'm talking about prior to the date. They could have paid Kambosos $5 million. $2.5 million each, step aside money to let the fight happen if he really don't want to fight Devin, because he's been calling him out and saying his name a lot, saying that he want to be like him, saying that he's the email champion. Devin got all the belts now, and we feel as fighting fans that'll be a good fight. Tank fight somebody who he feel, you know what I mean, like who's really the champ. So I don't feel like Devin Haney is not trying to get the biggest fight. You know what I mean? Like he's pursuing them. So like.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying neither of the fighters are trying to avoid each other. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, in order to be considered the best in any weight division, you're gonna have to fight the top 10 guys. Ali did it. Ernie Shavers did it. Ron Lau did it. Roberto Duran did it. Mike Tyson did it. Lennox Lewis did it. And the reason why I say that, fam, is this. Because you have a lot of fans, they are compare Tank to Mike Tyson. They are compare Devin Haney to Floyd Mayweather. Okay, in order for you to be compared to them, you're going to have to put the work in that those guys did. And if you're not putting that work in that those guys did, it's an unfair comparison. So I'm not tearing neither fighter down. All I'm saying is, if you want to be considered the best, there's a criteria. The top guys have to fight each other. And until they do that, there's none of that. Now, you said something about... Go ahead.
I totally understand where you're coming from, totally. Right. But when it comes to all the top tier fighters at 135, I could give you an instance where one of them actually ducked or avoided a fight. I can't say that about Devin. So I gave him a slight edge for not having a hint of ducking at all, or not having a hint of calling somebody else and not trying to go through with it. Everybody else has a hint of, oh, I'm going to avoid this or I'm going to do this later. Like, Devin don't got that in him. Devin is trying to fight the top guys. That's why I give him a little slight edge over everybody else. That's the point I was trying to make.
Okay. All right. Hey, man, listen, man. Eric from Brooklyn, man. Salute, fam. Thank you for calling in, brother. Salute you. Yeah, like, I got to keep it real, though. Like, Devin Haney is on the contract with Top Rank. The fight, he has 2 more fights left on the contract. Do you get what I'm saying? So even if let's say Tank would have said, yeah, man, I want to fight Dev right now, press up on him. He's not gonna get that fight any damn ways. This man got this man out of contract for 2 more fights. You get what I'm saying? And then let's assume Devin Haney beats George Kambosos. Guess who he's gonna have to fight next? His WBO mandatory. You know who his WBO mandatory is? Vasily Lomachenko. So if Tank were to activate his mandatory status because he has the Reggie belt and challenge the WBA fighter, which he can do that, he's not gonna get that fight right now. He won't get that fight until next year. And that's assuming if Devin Haney is still a lightweight. Because Devin Haney has been on record saying that he's struggling to make weight. Do you get what I'm saying? I mean, I got to be fair on both sides. And that's just the reality of the situation. That's just the reality of the situation. You get what I'm saying? You say Devin need to sign to the PBC next if you want to fight. And to me, that's crazy. To me, that's crazy because you never hear anything about a fighter from the PBC. If he want to make a fight, he need to go to another company. It's always one-sided. It's always, if you're a non-PBC fighter, if you want to make a fight with a PBC fighter, you have to go sign with them. Guess what? Michaela Mayer is with Top Rank, and she's doing business with with Matchroom. With Matchroom right now. Why is it always you got to come to the PB? Like, it's bruh, do you know, it sounds so stupid to me. But anyways, let's go back to where I was at. Let's go back to where I was at. Well, man, where is it? 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 Where am I at? I'm trying to find the damn. I just had it up because I'm going to give you a breakdown. I think the average boxer in boxing make like $40-some thousand a year. Anywhere from $30-some to $40-some thousand a year. They don't make a lot of money, fam. Now, I know you were talking about the top guys, but there ain't that many top guys in boxing. If the average fighters in the UFC more than likely make more money than the average boxer. More than likely. But I would have to do the research on what the UFC makes. You know what I mean? But right here, and this is a good article. This article here breaks down some good stuff. This article breaks down some good stuff. The economic breakdown of a boxing purse, who gets what? It's uneven, unfair, and for most fighters, very uncertain. There are $100,000 purses, also known as handbags, and then there are boxing purses. In the case of Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, in that fight, this purse was reportedly worth $500 million. That's what they say, right? Let's continue. In case you're unaware, a purse is just another name for prize money. As per this very old ESPN blog post, the term purse may stem from the literal old-timey drawstring purses that were hung. Oh, y'all don't know about the drawstring purses. But anyway, let's get into this. According to a report by CNBC, nearly 70% of the money in the case of Mayweather-Pacquiao fight came from fans shelling out for a pay-per-view bout. Let's stop right there. 70% of the money that was paid, that was made in that fight between Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, because these are two big names, 70% of the money that was generated came from pay-per-view. That means the fans paid Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. And this is when they was releasing pay-per-view numbers. They don't release the pay-per-view numbers anymore because those guys, that mysterious back end money, they're getting those, they're getting another 5 and 10 million on the back end. No, they're not. They're not getting it. They're not getting it. Shit, I heard a fighter last night on the MMA. He said he made $1 million last night. The brother said that we went live on the MMA fight last night, and he was the co-main event. He said he made $1 million last night. I got the receipt. I got it when he said it. We went live last night, UFC event. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. 70% of the money in the case came from pay-per-views, right? Pay-per-view purchases will account for the biggest piece of the estimated sales, reported by CNBC, with a suggested price of $90 and the potential for 3 million or more pay-per-view buys could generate $300 million. This cash cow stuff. Let's continue. Based on a different report from the New York Times, ticket sales make up another $70 million, with international broadcast rights rounding out the rest of the purse. That's a shit ton of money. Who gets to keep it? Let's break it down. William Trillo, co-founder of acclaimed boxing blog, Pound for Pound, tells me that the purse is split between the two fighters, but that the fighter with the bigger draw gets a bigger piece of the pie. I don't think no one will argue that. If you fight Tank Davis, Tank is going to get his $1.5 million guaranteed, and the other guy's going to get his $300,000, $400,000, or $500,000. And they're going to have to get the rest on the back end of the pay-per-view, and I can give you a breakdown on that as well. Because every dime, every dollar don't go to the fighter. The networks got to make their money. The promoters got to make their money. And you can't forget about the IRS. They got to get theirs too. So when it's all said and done, it ain't what you make, it ain't how much you make, it's how much you keep. But let's continue. That's another story for another day. The split between fighters is decided after the purse bid. After the initial step in arranging a fight. When the managers of both fighters negotiate how much each fighter is going to get paid, explains Trillo. So does each fighter then get to take home his entire percentage of the split? A lot of you guys on YouTube, y'all believe that, yeah, man, my fighter, he get all the money. How stupid can you be? Let's continue. Bless you, my dear, sweet, innocent child. That's what these dudes that be on YouTube talking about 70-30, 80-20, 60-40, sign the contract. Take whatever we give you. This is for you guys. No, it says right here. It says, so does the fighter get to take home his entire percentage of the purse split? Bless you, my dear, sweet, innocent child. No, it's not even close. In fact, it could be argued that the U.S. government is the biggest winner of a boxing match. The U.S. government is going to take about half of your purse. It's going to put you in the 40 to 45% tax bracket, so up in there. And guess what? Joe Biden has raised the tax rate. The tax rate is different now. So people who make more money now, if you make anywhere from 100 and something thousand on up, you're going to get taxed. And if you have like capital gains, or if you do like you cash out from your 401k, you're going to get hit hard. I know for a fact. You get like bonuses and stuff like that. I know for a fact. But that's neither here nor there. That's that might be above some of these two-figure niggas' pay grades. I'm not even going to confuse them with that. The good news for Mayweather and Pacquiao is that there is no income tax in the state of Nevada. The bad news is that the federal tax rate will be 39.6% of their prize winnings. So 39.6%, and I think it's a little more now. 39.6% of their prize winnings go to the IRS. So 60% of $500 million minus another 40% in taxes after that is $180 million, which doesn't sound like such a bad payday. No? But the fun doesn't stop there. If the guy has a manager or advisor, Al Haymon, called Al is the advisor, right? That guy will make about 20 to 25% of what the fighter makes from the fight, says Trillo. Let's continue. The promoter will make another 20 to 25% off of the fighter's side of the purse. Boom, another half is gone. Of course, that doesn't even include the trainers, who are likely going to get about 15% of the fighter's purse, and the cut men, the guys who actually seal the cut of the boxer's pulverized face, who are going to get a flat fee or somewhere along the lines of 2%. Also factor in 6 to 8 weeks of training camp, the daily rate of 2 sparring partners, food, travel, hotel costs, and tickets for family members, which are usually paid for by the fighter. Oh, I'm not finished. This is for you two-figure niggas. Shout out to Drew for dropping that half for bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
What they say, Drew? What's up, family? He say, Coach, you saw the fight last night. Yeah. We went live for that fight, Drew. He said you saw the fighter last night with their fan base and Nate Diaz that will come to boxing and take risks and sell more than any fighter not named Canelo or Joshua. He would sell more than Tank and Errol. Nate Diaz, they came out for Nate, boy. They came out for Nate. I'm not even gonna lie. And Nate got 13 losses too.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
I don't think Nate will do good in boxing, though. I think if he come in the ring in boxing, Drew, he'll get his ass beat. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he'll I don't think he'll do nothing in boxing. But anyways, let's go. Now we talking about the big dogs, right? Of course, we told you about the trainers and all that other stuff there, right? Now, yikes. He said, but you know, these guys are still going to take home several millions of dollars. Let's continue. Well, yes, but that's only true when we're talking about major fighters. See, what you was talking about, Kenneth, you're talking about the big dogs, the major fighters. In the sport of boxing, you only got about really 5 or 6 top dogs. You ain't got that many top dogs in boxing. And these are facts. So when you say that boxers are making peanuts, dog. Now, if you're comparing the top guys in the UFC to the top guys in boxing, yeah, in comparison to that, it's peanuts, but shit. It ain't but a couple of top guys in boxing. Ain't nobody messing with Anthony Joshua and Canelo. So if you ain't talking about Anthony Joshua and Canelo, what you talking about? But let's continue. Let's continue. I'm not finished. It said, well, yikes, but that's only true when we're talking about major fighters whose boxing matches appear on HBO. That's when HBO was around at the time, or pay-per-view. As for the rest of the boxing world, this is what I want to focus on, Kene, the rest of the boxing world. The rest. Let's focus on that. As for the rest of the boxing world, well, those fighters are pretty much getting screwed by those percentages, says Trillo. We're gonna go back to these peanuts you're talking about. I've seen fighters get handed their check after a fight that's relatively big. And they look like a kid expecting a big giant toy under the Christmas tree. And instead, they get a lump of coal. To Trillo's point, while singular fighters like Mayweather, Canelo, and Pacquiao make hundreds of millions of dollars a year, the average salary for a professional boxer is $35,584 per year. In a range that runs from $22,000 at the low end to $37,000 at the high end, reports Chrome. I seen a fighter mom or girlfriend sewing a vendor's patch on a fighter's shorts just before a fight to make an extra $50. So when you look at what the average fighters make in boxing, Kane, they ain't making but $35,000 to $37,000 a year, dog. Them dudes ain't making no money. They making peanuts.
True.
Okay, he said, but the people who fight in the top dogs get paid more pennies. What you mean pennies? I mean, they get paid pennies in comparison to Canelo and Joshua. But you got to look at the overall. You're talking about, see, what you want to do to support your argument, you want to point out one aspect of it. While not acknowledging that the boxers overall get paid peanuts. And guess what? How much you getting paid, Kane? You talking like you got a financial investment in it. You ain't getting paid shit. So you saying all that to say what? You get what I'm saying? So my argument is this. Ain't nobody making Anthony Joshua and Canelo money. Or Wilder or Fury money. And they made the most money they made fighting each other. You got a whole lot of fighters in boxing, and guess what? They only making $37,000 a year. I'm pretty sure that the average MMA fighter making more than that a year, or at least somewhere around that range, or if not more. So you saying all that to say what? You say there's a couple of faces of boxing. Yeah, that's about it. Just a couple. You say that's really sad, coach. Yes, a food revolution. It is what it is. Boxers don't make no money. That's why they call boxers the poor man's sport. That's why they ain't nothing but a handful of top guys. That's why everybody want to fight Canelo. That's why everybody over here in America want to fight Canelo. Because Canelo is the guy that's going to bring the money. That's why they want to fight Canelo. These dudes ain't making no bread in boxing. That's why they call boxing the poor man's sport. They ain't making no money in boxing. He said UFC been around for like 30 years. Boxing been around for like 150 plus years. Boxing should be paid more. You hit the nail right on the head, Paul.
True.
Boxing's been around way longer than UFC. There's no comparison. You're comparing apples and oranges. A sport that's been around for 30 years versus a sport that's been around for 1,000 years. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Shout out to Food Revolution. She say maybe less. You say I wouldn't be a pro boxer if I was making $35,000 a year. Those guys don't, you know what I mean? Maybe, you know, Steven, they don't know anything else, fam. And this is why the average fighter, like we had Johnny Rice on the show. Johnny Rice was a 13-6 fighter. When he came on the show, he was 15-6 because he beat Michael Coffey twice. Johnny Rice is happy. He say, man, they call me six-figure Johnny now. Because he said that he has, I think he told me that he has three fights or something with the PBC because he won that last fight. And he said that he gonna be making six figures now and all that stuff there. Johnny Rice hasn't had a fight since. So he's expecting on his next fight to make six figures, $100,000 or whatever. And I think he might have got paid. I don't know. You know what? I can't say because he didn't tell me how much he got paid his last purse. I didn't ask him. But he's happy. He said, I'm six-figure Johnny now. He gonna be making six figures for his next fight. Because he beat Michael Coffey twice. And I don't know how his contract was laced. But I got the video. He was on here. Because I asked him that question. But I didn't get into how much he got paid the last fight. I thought that would kind of been too intrusive. I didn't want to ask a man that. You get what I'm saying? But that man was living in an apartment. Johnny Rice was living in an apartment. Shout out to my brother Johnny Rice. He's married now. He got married. Shout out to that brother. He got married. And I don't know if he's still living in an apartment now, but hopefully he was able to get a house or something like that. That man was living in an apartment, bro. And guess what? I'm gonna tell you something else too. Go look at your fight card. As a matter of fact, go look at your fight card. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go look at it. Let's go look at a fight card. Okay, let's go Errol Spence. Let's do Errol Spence versus Ugas. Let's see, can we find that? Let's do this. 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 Let's do this, Cletus. Let's do this, Cletus. I want to see what the other guys are making. See what the other guys are making. Because I want to show you what the fight card is. This was Spence fought Ugas. This is what they reported to the Nevada Athletic Commission. So he got 1.5 million guaranteed. Ugas got 1 million. And then they split 50-50 on the pay-per-view money. We don't know what they got because they didn't reveal that. And then when Ugas fought Manny Pacquiao, he got 500,000. That was over Abel Ramos. I want to see what those other guys made. I want to see what the fight card is. Because the fight card, let's see what the fight card fighters are made. I want to see what the fight card. I want to show you something. You'll be surprised, dog. You'll be surprised. These dudes making crumbs, dog. I need to see what they're making. Damn, I had it too, dog. I had it. Bro, some of these fighters getting paid $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 on undercards. The undercard fighters, oh my God. Oh my God. Bro, the undercard fighters, let's look at this here. Let's look at the undercard fighters, bro. Bro, it's dudes ain't making nothing, dog. Damn, where is the undercard fight purses? I need to find the undercard fight purses. I had it saved, dog. I had it saved. I had the undercard fight purses on here, bro. Them dudes, boy, bro, it's terrible. It's terrible. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. A Food Revolution. If you look at what those guys making on the undercards, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. What you say? You say I wouldn't be a pro boxer if I make $35,000 a year. Nah. I don't get it. I don't get it. Steven, what you say, family? So I remember an interview with Ronnie Shields when he was training David Tua. He said Tua's biggest payday was $150K, and he said Tua would take home about $40,000. And David Tua was a heavyweight. What you say, Dr. Paul? You say Johnny Rice cooking pork chops. Well, I think he was cooking pork chops at the time. He was cooking pork chops at the time. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have the fighters undercards on here, for undercard fight purses. But we know these guys, the average boxer, making like $35,000 a year. They ain't making shit. They ain't making nothing. They ain't making nothing. And then a lot of these guys, like over here, these guys fight once a year. Some fight a couple of times a year, but for the most part, a lot of these guys fight once a year. Shit, someone like Canelo, he got the bag, dog. That nigga, man, Canelo got a net worth of $180 million, and he fighting more than your fighter who's supposed to be the cash cow. Like, I don't get it. How does a $180 million net worth fighter, and it's not even factoring in the money that he's made so far this year or will make, it's not even factoring in that. But he fights more than the guy who wears all the ice, the jewelry, who's popping in the hood, who's getting litty. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. The undercard fighters, oh my God. Oh my God. Bro, I got it. I know I got it. I got it. I know I got it. I know I got it. As a matter of fact, let's see. I'm trying to think of what I want to type in there. Let me see. Let's do this. Let's see. Who fought on Tank them undercard? Let's look at Tank Davis's undercard. Or let's look at Ryan Garcia's undercard. Let's look at Ryan Garcia's undercard. He fought Javier Fortuna, right? Let's look at let's look at the undercard. Let's do that. Y'all be saying these guys cash cows, huh? That what y'all be saying? Okay. Let's look at his undercard. And then I'm gonna look at how much that fighter got paid. Let's do that. Let's see. The undercard for let's see. Ryan Garcia fought Fortuna. Let's see. Alexis Rocha. Alexis Rocha fought Samuel Unbelievable, right? Let's see. Alexis Rocha. Let's get this right here. Y'all saying these guys cash cows and all that shit there, right? We gonna find out. We fixing to find out right now. We fixing to find out right now. Cash cow. Okay. Oh my God. Let's see. Cash cows. Let's see where these guys are at. Damn, I just had it up. Oh, here it go right here. Let's find out. I want to find out how much this guy got paid fighting on the Ryan Garcia on the card. Alexis Rocha versus, let's see. Finna pull it up right now. Hold on, guys. Oh, here we go. Alexis Rocha versus Samuel. Who he fought? Samuel Cotty. Let's do this. Hold on. Samuel Cotty. Let's paste it right here. I'm fixing to prove a point even more and to hammer it home even more. These fighters ain't making nothing, dog. Fighters ain't making nothing. Oh, okay. Let's see what we got right here. Let's pull up the fight purse. Let's pull up the fight purse. These guys, y'all say cash cows, huh? They cash cows? Okay. Don't say they cash cows, huh? I want to see how much this guy got paid. How much he got paid, fam? How much he got paid? How much he got paid? All right, that didn't tell me what I needed to know. That didn't tell me what I needed to know. I want to show you guys. These dudes ain't making no money, bro. These dudes ain't making no money. That didn't tell me what I needed to know. Let's go to the next one. Fight purse. I'm looking for the fight purse. I'm looking for the fight purse. And I definitely bring Rick Glazer back on it. He can really break it down. He can really break it down. I don't even see their fight purse on here. I don't see the fight purse on there. How much? I wonder how much he got paid. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do this. Y'all know me. I be relentless when I be trying to find shit. I be relentless. Okay, here we go right here. I found something. I found something right here. The purses of participants of Los Angeles boxing event. Okay. When Alexis Rocha knocked out Blair Cobbs, Alexis Rocha made $150,000 and Blair Cobb made $125,000. That's how much Golden Boy paid him. Michael McKinnison made $100,000. Alex Martin made $50,000. Becknamir made $10,000. David Zagara made $18,000. Now we don't know how many times they fought that year too. This year, Alex Rincon, I think this was last year, made $15,000. Luis Sanchez made $10,000, and Ramala Ali, I like that sister there. She made $6,000, and Shelly Barnett made $9,000. Now I want to ask you a question. Let's say that this fighter let's say this fighter only fought twice a year. If he fought twice a year, then Michael McKinson, he may get another $100,000 or he may get less depending on who he's fighting, right? Alex Martin got $50,000 this fight, but he may get paid a little more or a little less, right? And now this is what he made, what he grossed, but then after taxes and everything, we don't know we don't know. We got to factor in that. How much he going to bring home? This guy only made $10,000. What he going to do with $10,000? The promoter got to get his cut. The manager got to get their cut. Everybody else got to get their cut. The cut man, all that stuff there. The trainer. Shit, how much you think he coming home with? Then we can't forget about the IRS. These guys ain't making no money, dog. This is just an example. This is why a lot of fighters, they want to fight on Canelo's undercard. If you fight on the Canelo Alvarez's undercard, Canelo will pay a little bit more. If you fight on the Anthony Joshua undercard, Anthony Joshua will pay a little bit more. This is why Amanda Serrano, she like working with Jake Paul because Jake Paul, she made her first $1 million with Jake Paul. You get what I'm saying? This is nothing. I got more over here. I got more over here. These fighters, see, you gotta look at the fight card purse. Let's look at that purse and see what those fighters on the undercards are making. See what those fighters on the undercards are making. Shout out to Sporting Icon. Salute to you, fam.
True.
Yeah, man. So these fighters have to fight. And now just imagine if you're a PBC fighter. Imagine if you're a PBC fighter and PBC fighters only fight once a year. Those top guys you're talking about, they ain't fighting but once a year. Jamel Charlo ain't gonna fight till January next year. Jamal Charlo ain't gonna fight till next year. When Jamal Charlo come back to the ring, it's gonna be 2 years since he last fought. Shit, smoking mirrors. Shout out to Teach. He say payment. He say payment a whole team $100,000. Shout out to Food Revolution. You say, don't women make less? Yes, the women make even less. The women make even less, sister. The women make even less. The women make even less. Yeah, these purses ain't, you get what I'm saying? Peanuts. And boxing has been around longer than any other sport, comeback sport. So just imagine if you imagine what you say. Eric say, he said, hey, coach, is Jake Paul one of your favorite boxers? Nah. He's one of my favorite YouTubers, but he's not my favorite boxer. Nah, hell no. Jake Paul ain't no, I don't, you know, listen, Jake Paul making more than your favorite boxer though. Eric, he making more than your favorite boxer. I'm saying even in boxing, like he's getting some money, dog. He's getting some money. He ain't get no Canelo money, but you get what I'm saying though. These dudes ain't making no money, dog, like that. That shit be smoking mirrors, dog. A lot of that shit be smoking mirrors. You say Al, Floyd, and Leonard make more than Tank than what Tank makes. Yeah, they do. They gonna, you know, shit, when it's all said and done, when they get their cut, when all of them get their cuts, it is what it is. A lot of this stuff just smoking mirrors, dog. A lot of this stuff just smoking mirrors, dog. Just smoking mirrors, dog. It just smoking mirrors. That's why I, you know, it's like, like when these dudes be talking this money talk, it's like, dude, like, I get it. You ain't got no money at home, so you living your life vicariously through your fighter, but your fighter listen, somebody like a Ryan Garcia probably make more money outside of boxing than he do in boxing. Ryan Garcia probably make more money with his endorsements, his makeup line, his lipstick line, his eyeliner line. You know, it's him taking selfies. Like he probably make more money doing that than he do in boxing. He said more than Spence. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Jake Paul probably make more than Spence and Crawford. More than Spence and Crawford. Jake Paul has a direct. You know, you gotta understand. Jake Paul has a massive social media fan base. He's a marketing genius. He brings more to the table, and he know how to promote a fight. He'll bring more to the table than the guy who keep his mouth closed and don't say shit. You get what I'm saying? He got a lot of endorsements, social media. Like, man, like, bro, like this shit crazy. This shit crazy. As a matter of fact, again, I showed you guys. I went to celebritynetworth.com. I showed you guys. These dudes ain't got no bread like that. I showed it to you. Sporting Icon said Usyk made more in his last fight than Spence, Tank, and Charlo have made combined in their careers. Those are facts.
True.
Alexander Usyk hit the bag when he fought Anthony Joshua, and he fought him twice. Those are facts. Jay say the Garcia hate is real. Okay, all right, Garcia hate is real. Yeah, whatever you say, fam. Whatever you say. If you feel that way, man, you can leave. Let me know. Never mind. Let's see. You say a lot of these guys in boxing don't even have endorsements, coach. Nah, they don't even have endorsements. This is why they call boxing, Rico, a poor man's sport. They call boxing a poor man's sport because the dudes who fighting in boxing, they're poor. They ain't got no money. And then what happens is the guys who have the fame, the clout, and that's making the money. Hey, Rico, this is why certain content creators only talk about certain fighters all the time. Certain content creators, they're gonna make 20, 30, 40, 50 videos within 30 days of Terrence Crawford. They're gonna make those same videos of an Errol Spence. Canelo Alvarez is a hot commodity on YouTube. His name ranks high. You get what I'm saying? There's only a handful of those dudes who move the needle. Canelo is creme de la creme, him and Anthony Joshua. Ain't nobody touching Nello. It is what it is. The guy has 60-something fights since he's 32 years old with 60-something fights. He's a walking brand, a walking commodity. That's just the truth, dog. So it is what it is. I don't even know what you said I meant endorsement. You said I mean endorsement deals? I'm talking about endorsement deals. Yeah, I'm just all I'm saying, sis, is a lot of these dudes, it ain't even, you know, a lot of these, it ain't what you think it is. It's all smoke and mirrors. These dudes ain't really making no money, man. Like they really gotta work hard. Like, if I'm a fighter, I break my neck to fight on a Canelo Alvarez's undercard. I break my neck to fight on a Anthony Joshua's undercard. Because those guys are gonna bring the people that's gonna put eyeballs on me. Kid Austin signed with Golden Boy. Now he's headlining his own fight. You get what I'm saying? And they're gonna try to build him up slowly. Kid Austin. Hopefully he can catch on with the Hispanic fan base. There's a reason why they always preach we gotta get with the Hispanic fan base. They do that because they don't believe in the black dollars. They say black fans don't even buy fights. There's a reason why, as I said before, Steven Espinosa, there's a reason why he doesn't share pay-per-view numbers. He was doing it prior to 2014. They don't share those numbers anymore. Those fighters ain't doing no numbers. They ain't doing the numbers, dog. He said, Usyk, he said, what you say? Usyk got to that bag for real, coach. Yeah, he did. He got to the bag for real. All that say Fury is a drug cheater, a scumbag. No one really want to attach their brand to him either. Yeah, you know, you know what? It surprised me because Fury doesn't have the endorsements and stuff like that that Joshua has. I don't know why. Can they say that's why up to 147, maybe 54, all roads lead to Ryan? All roads lead to Ryan for what? All roads lead to Ryan for what? What do you mean? For Instagram? You talking about Instagram or what are you talking about? Selfies? All roads lead to Ryan for what? What do you mean, fam? Al Powell, he said even Crawford on a fight, he said, shout out to my Mexicans. And the crowd all cheered. Hey, look here, bro. Listen. Bro. The Mexican fan base in North America, bro, if it wasn't for them, like the Mexican fan base, there's a reason why Roger Mayweather, when he fought Julio Cesar Chavez, he came to the ring with a sombrero in the Mexican flag, Mexican colors. That's who Floyd Mayweather got it from. That's the reason why Floyd Mayweather did it. That's called pandering to the Mexican boxing fan base. They all of the black fighters pander, not all of the black fighters, but I'm saying like the Floyd and the Roger Mayweather, they pander to the Mexican fan base because they knew that the black boxing fans won't support them.
True.
You ever ask yourself how come the black boxing fans, how come the black boxers don't pander to the black boxing fans? I think the only one that did it was Deontay Wilder. Now Deontay Wilder did pander to the black boxing fans. Wilder did it. He had his costumes. He came out with his costume last year on Black History Month. Was that last year? No, that was 2020. On Black History Month, he had a costume that was made for him by the Glam Squad. He had his the black costume, the laser shooting out, and had the red lights around the eyes and had skull and bones on his costume. Look very demonic, and he said, I'm gonna do this for my people. And he had a fight on February, Black History Month. Now we know what happened. We know what Tyson Fury did to him. But I'm saying he panders to his black fan base. And this is why you get what I'm saying? Sporting icon, what it say? It frustrates me when with American boxing, so much talent, but not enough breakout fights fighting each other. Yeah, a sporting icon, that is something else, fam. Yeah, you say if they fight each other, other boxing in America will boom again. You hit the nail right on the head, bro.
True. True.
If the top fighters fought each other, instead of getting caught up in my fighter, wearing ice, my fighter do this, my fighter do that. You get what I'm saying? Kane said, I don't think Floyd was pandering. If you don't think Floyd was pandering, then you don't know what pandering means. But that's okay. I'm not going to. You say you think he was mocking them? Floyd played the villain. He played the villain, but no, he was pandering. And even if he was making mockery of them, he was still pandering to them. You get what I'm saying? He come out there with his Mexican fans and his Mexican fan base, and that was his whole thing. That was his whole thing, bro. Like, you gotta pander to that market over here. You get what I'm saying? Now, these guys, the top guys, won't fight each other. That's a big problem over here in America. Like, America has literally killed their sport right here in America. They won't fight each other. And the crazy part about it is this. They will demand so much of other fighters. They'll say, this fighter needs to do this. Canelo should be fighting this guy. And I give you that. Canelo should fight Jamal Charlo. Canelo should fight Demetrius Andrade. Who should Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade be fighting? Wouldn't it be a good idea for the two brothers to come together and fight each other? No, they don't need to be fighting each other. They need to sit around and wait on Canelo. Okay. That's it? That ain't what Sugar Ray Leonard did. That ain't what Ernie Shavers did. That ain't what Muhammad Ali did. Oh, that's back in the day. That's old. Times have changed now. Oh, times have changed. Okay. Times have changed. So you say, so if times have changed, you saying all that to say what? This is why boxing ain't popping over here like that with your top guys. Again, as I said before, you have levels to this. You have Chitlin circuit success. Nigga, you got nigga fame in boxing. He's popping in the hood with the gangbangers, the dope dealers, the pimps, the prostitutes, Laquita Shaniqua, Ray, Ube, Man. He's popping with them. But then you got real success in boxing. You got low-level cash cows, and then you have Canelo and Anthony Joshua. You get what I'm saying? There's a difference. There's no comparison. The crazy part about it is the black dude in the UK who's making a boatload of money, probably got a net worth over 100 million pounds once you add up what he made this year and last year. And the guy that's over here that has a net worth of $180 million, Canelo Alvarez, says, I know these guys like to talk about money, so let's talk about money. The guys that's doing the most get shitted on. And the dude that's popping online and wearing ice and jewelry, he gets praised. So times have changed with the fans. I would say that. Carlos, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Carlos from California.
Carlos from California, talk to me.
I wanted to ask you, when do you think this mentality started where I don't think it's so much the boxers. I think it's the people that are behind these fighters that don't want to risk their fighters losing because then there's a depreciation in value, I assume, in their eyes.
Mm. You say
so say
when did it start? I'm not gonna lie, man. Floyd Mayweather.
But do you think it's solely him? Because I don't think one person has enough to change everybody. It seems like it's multiple entities that are doing this.
No, I'm gonna tell you. It's not the UK fighters that's doing that. It's not the fighters from the Ukraine that's doing it. You know who it is? It's the Black American fighters over here that's doing that. Look at it. You don't see You don't see Jojo Diaz or Oscar Valdez or any of those other fighters that are non-black. You don't see them doing that. You don't see them talking about A side, B side, sign the contract 60-40, 80-30, take whatever we give you. My fighter Liddy, my fighter got more ice than your fighter. It's the Black American fighters and the Black American fan base that's doing that. And I gotta call it the way it is. It's the truth. That's who's doing it. You don't see Anthony Joshua fans doing that. You don't see Usyk, Tyson Fury. Well, Tyson Fury fans kind of to a degree. But it's the Black American boxing fans who are fans of certain fighters who are signed to certain promotional companies. They are the ones who are solely responsible for doing this. Go ahead. What say you?
I would say I do agree on that, but I would say, do you think that if that issue was resolved in a couple of years, do you think that boxing can climb back, or is it too late to get to the top where it used to be, where it was a household event for everybody?
This is what I think. I think that the fighters today mentality, the ones who popping in the hood, the fighters who are popping in the hood that the hood likes, I think their mentality needs to change. Of course, the suits, the Arams, the Haymons, the Tom Browns, of course, what the dude name is Showtime, Spinosas. Of course, the suits, they play a part because they don't want to make certain fights. There's a reason why Jamal Charlo don't want to fight nobody but Canelo, but he won't fight Demetrius Andrade. There's a reason why Steven Espinosa say, don't nobody want to fight Demetrius Andrade, even though he's a free agent, but we'll try to make the Benavidez fight. Because for them, the Mexican dollars and the Mexican, they count on those Mexican fan base to support the fighters. They believe that a black fighter won't sell because if he depends solely on the Black American fan base, because the Black American fan base, they stream fights. Everybody I know stream fights in my family. They stream fights and they don't support boxing the way that the Hispanic fan base support. This is why they say this. This is why I'm being as honest with you as I possibly can. So until the fighters who are popping in the hood on the chitlin circuit change their mentality, change their mindset, and say, hey, look, I want to prove that I'm the best dude at 135. I want to make this fight with Devin Haney. Devin Haney, I want to make this fight with Tank. I want to make this fight with Ryan Garcia. We're going to make these fights. We ain't going to make no excuses until those guys stop hiding behind their promoters, stop hiding behind their jury, stop hiding behind their social media followers, stop hiding behind their ice. Until they stop doing that, it's going to stay the way it is. Those guys' mentality and mindset have been affected. The culture of boxing over here in America has changed. Not with the Hispanic boxing fans, but with some of the Black American boxing fans. The culture has changed because everybody always does what? They use Floyd Mayweather as a reference. We're using the Floyd Mayweather blueprint. They always say that. And my question, Carlos, is this: how are you using the Floyd Mayweather blueprint, but you're skipping the money, but you're skipping the pretty boy Floyd phase? You're not. They want to skip pretty boy Floyd and jump straight to Money Mayweather. Well, you're gonna have to do Dancing with the Stars. You're gonna have to go wrestle on WWE. You're gonna have to hook up with the pop culture with Justin Bieber. You're gonna have to get with some of the biggest rappers like 50 Cent at that time, and you're gonna have to come up at the right time when social media was just starting to bubble and pop. That was lightning in the bottle with Floyd Mayweather. That shit ain't gonna happen no more. But I think that's what that's why I say Floyd. I'm not saying Floyd destroyed boxing. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that his influence and impact influenced these young jitterbugs in a different way, and they're not moving the way the old school guys move. Now they're doing all these other things. And until the American Black boxing fans in particular, until they start demanding that their fighters fight the top guys, stop making excuses, start talking about social media, start talking about your ice, start talking about how little he is, start talking about what he sold at the bar. I don't give a damn about none of that. Until they start pressuring these fighters, I think it's going to stay this way, and I think the mentality of these fighters have to change. That's how I see it. But I'm gonna let you get the last word.
I completely agree, and I guess I was going to ask you. I mean, do you think that? I don't know if you showed the video or somebody else might have about Valverde talking about how his issue was that they. I mean, he feels like they pay the fighters too much, according to Bob Arum, because he said they pay the fighters 80% and the promoters only keep 20, and they're saying that that's their issue when it comes to promoting fights.
Mm. Yeah, I mean,
so there's no money on their side to promote.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. I hear exactly what you're saying. So we'll see, man. But for me, that's what it is for me. Until they start doing that, fam, you know, it is what it is, man. It's just the culture over here is different. The culture over here is different, bro. So, right. Hey, Carlos, shout out to you, fam. Salute to you, fam. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it.
Shout out to Vomatis. What to say, family? Say most boxing fans and content creators hate to admit or accept the fact that Mayweather is the Scrooge McDuck of boxing. Oh, he said Scrooge McDuck. He said Scrooge McDuck. Again, I'm not putting it on Floyd Vomatis, but I'm saying the fighters are. Damn, shit, I hung up on. Hey, caller, call back. Caller, call back, fam. I hung up on you on accident. Damn. Call back. Oh, good looking out, fam. When was this? September the 3rd? Okay. Dan Raphael, let's see, per CSAC, contract purses for I'm looking at the contract purses. Hey, thank you so much. Hey, Fred, thank you, fam. Thank you for sending me this. It say per CSAC. This is on Dan Raphael's Twitter page. It say contract purses for Sunday's purse, PBC fight card. Andy Ruiz made $1 million. Andy Ruiz made $1 million. Luis Ortiz made $550,000. Isaac Cruz made $200,000. Eduardo Ramirez, who Isaac Cruz fought, made $175K. Abner Mares made $200K. Miguel Flores made $50K. Jose Valenzuela, El Rayo, made $50K. Edwin De Los Santos made $50K. Joey Spencer made $25K. And Kevin Salgado made $20,000, made $20,500. That's on Dan Raphael's Twitter. He dropped this September the 3rd. Man, bro, y'all don't know, bro. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? It's O from Cali.
O from Cali, talk to me.
Yeah, I got a little pushback because I don't think it's all black fighters. I think there has never been a black fighter that has come out and said, "I'm not fighting any more black fighters."
No, I'm not saying no. I didn't say all. I'm saying
no. That's what Canelo said.
Yeah.
So that's what Canelo said. Canelo said he doesn't want to, or he's not fighting any more Mexican fighters. I'm saying a black fighter has never came out and said he's not fighting any black fighters. I think it's all about money. If the money is right, the fight will happen. I think that's where a lot of disputes happen because of the money. So Canelo's going to make money regardless. So he doesn't have to chase a fight. He can say that. He can afford to say, "I'm not fighting any Mexican fighters."
Yeah, you're right.
So black fighters. Yeah, so I can say this about black fighters: if they lose, they will take a pay cut. That's just fact. You're not going to lose to a guy, a top ranked guy, and then come back and ask for more or the same money you was getting for that loss. So that's a scary part of taking those fights too and not being fairly compensated. And on top of that, we have an example of Devin Haney. Devin Haney had the biggest fight of his career, Cambosa, fighting for undisputed, and he took a pay cut just to fight that fight, risking him losing in Australia. So I think it's more than just, I think it's the business side. I don't think it's black fighters being scared. I think they want to be fairly compensated because if you lose, you're going to take a pay cut. So that's all I have to say.
All right, shout out to O from Cali. I'm going to address that, though. Shout out to O from Cali. I get what you're saying, I get what you're saying, but you can't come in there with that mentality. If you're a fighter, let's say you Terrence Crawford or Devin Haney. Devin Haney said, you know what, I'm gonna go to Australia and fight this guy. He was willing to take the risk. The problem I have is this here. You a fighter, you in the fight game. You have to be willing to take the risk. If you're a fighter and your mindset is, man, the reason why I want to fight this dude here, man, because if I fight him and get an O, if I lose my O, I'm not gonna get paid as much money as I was before I get the O. Before when I had no losses. But you got to be willing to take the risk. See, what makes a fighter great is the risk that they take. You get what I'm saying? When you take a risk and you overcome that, then everybody look at you as, see, this is why you look at historical fights. And you be like, man, when you have those historical fights that you win, and they're like moments captured in time. Like, man, I can't believe that there, boy. The reason why we remember, when you see what Ali did in Thriller in Manila, man, goddamn, you see when he fought doggone Ernie Shavers, man, did you see when the George Foreman fought Shavers? Like, they took those risks. They knew that, damn, man, if I lose, it's a possibility that my stock can go down. Hagler, all that stuff there. But those guys felt so confident in their skill set that they was willing to take those risks. Everybody, you got to be willing to take a risk, especially if you are as good as you say you are. If you are as good as your fans say you are on social media, you got to be willing to take that risk. Don't tell me you Godzilla, but you scared to get in the ring with King Kong. Don't tell me you Megatron, but you scared to fight Optimus Prime. Man, I can fight Optimus Prime. Okay, I want to get compensated very well. Okay, fine. Sometimes you got to be willing to do what you got to do in order to get to where you want to be at. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's what Devin Haney was trying to prove. George Kambosos was reportedly made, what, $10 million? I don't know how true that is, but he reportedly made $10 million. He made 3 times more than what Devin Haney made. Right? So, but Devin Haney was willing to take that risk and go to another man's country, fight him in front of his judges, fight him in front of the referee, fight him in front of his fans, and make less money. He was willing to take that risk in order to become great. Even though he didn't fight all of the other guys in the top 10, but he was willing to take the risk. This is what I'm talking about. And now, you get what I'm saying? Shout out to Jugs. Hey, okay. Dropping that $2, bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, salute, coach. Watch it from the beginning right now.
Shut that soft ass shit up.
And the best man
Shut that that's some soft ass shit. Shut that soft ass shit up. All that soft talking. I know you can do it, man. You got the, man, shut that soft ass shit up.
That's all I'm saying. He says exactly the fans respect the courage of the fighters who take the risk. This is how you become great. That's why I say who you fight matters. Who you fight matters. What did say, fam? Kubar Curtis said, don't tell me your fighter Spider-Man, but he ain't fighting the Green Goblin. Yeah, you can't, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. There's nothing that no one can tell me, call me and say anything. There's nothing you can say to me that's going to change my mind. Because I'm going to destroy your argument off the rip. It's going to be very easy for me to do it. Nothing you can tell me to change my mind. I get it. Well, they want to get compensated. Stuff like that. Okay, I get all of that. They want to get compensated. But these dudes ain't taking no risk. They want to do the least amount of work and make the most money. And then they say that, yeah, man, we following the Floyd Mayweather blueprint. And I showed them that, no, you ain't following no Floyd Mayweather blueprint. How? Where you following that? Well, Floyd says about working smarter, not harder. You do know that same guy, Floyd, that said that shit when he was boxing, he did the total opposite. You do know that Pretty Boy Floyd gave birth to Money Mayweather. And you do know that Floyd Mayweather became a crossover success because of a Mexican-American by the name of Oscar De La Hoya. So in order for these black fighters to go to the next level, where's your Oscar De La Hoya? Where's your Manny Pacquiao? What risk are you going to take in order to get to that next stratosphere? How are you going to galvanize other boxing fans? How are you going to galvanize other boxing fans that are non-black? Just say, look, hey, man, look here, man. You see what he did? Yeah, he fought this guy. How, you get what I'm saying? You fought Pro Top Willie, but you want Money Mayweather success. You fought Curious George. You got a resume full of Curious Georges, Gargamels, SpongeBob's. You got a resume full of hold on, guy. We got another call. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Jerry, Coach.
Jerry from B-More. Talk to me.
How you doing, partner?
I'm doing good.
Hey, man, I love the show, brother. I just, you got one of the best shows out there, man. You're fair. I don't hear no bias. You call it like you see it, just like you say. So I appreciate that. I do want to say regarding Devin Haney and his win overseas against Kambosos. I mean, yeah, credit for going over there. I don't see it so much as him challenging greatness as it is taking advantage of an opportunity. He got an opportunity to fight for the undisputed titles. And while he does deserve credit for going over there, I mean, think about all the fighters that fight here in the U.S. that, routinely, and you don't hear nothing about, well, they're fighting on Foreign Soul or anybody really making a big deal about it. I mean, once they get in the ring and they get warmed up, pretty much that's going to decide, who, barring hometown favoritism, which happens in boxing both here in the States and abroad. That can happen, of course. But so he deserves credit for it. But the other thing, George Kambosos, I mean, it's very simple. He got $10 million because he had all those belts, but really he was fighting. I had about 50,000 fans in that stadium. So if Devin Haney could put 50,000 fans in the stadium here in the States, and he had all the belts, well, he would have got closer to $10 million. You know what I mean? That's what I think would have happened. So, he took advantage of an opportunity that was offered, that he got there. I'm sure he got compensated pretty well. And, and he took advantage of it. But in this rematch, I think for Haney's sake, he needs to be more. If he's that much better than George Kambosos, in my opinion, he needs to do something to make himself look a little bit more fan friendly to the fans, and for his own good. Because frankly, the first fight, I mean, his jab was on point, but very little else that I could see. Beyond the jab was superlative, but after that it was jab, grab. I don't want to see that this time. I don't think he has to take unnecessary risk, but throw some combinations. If you're that much faster and better than this guy, make a statement and show that that you are.
Yeah, you said you want to see him dominate. If you as great as you say you are, go in there and dominate the competition like a Marvelous Hagler did, or some of the other great fighters did, Julio Cesar Chavez, or when you're fighting the top guy, you got to go into it's who you fight matters, and how you and when you fought this guy, how did you dominate him and stuff like. I get exactly what you're saying. The counter argument to that, Jerry, would be, and I listened to an interview by Devin Haney, but I said this before I even heard the interview. I said the issue that I had with George Kambosos was he couldn't get around the jab and a check left hook. This guy literally beat you with one arm. And of course he was hitting and grabbing and stuff like that. He did do that. So I'm like, well, if George Kambosos was as great as he say he was, because he was saying he was the emperor and all of this stuff there. Okay, well, I didn't see any of the emperor type skill set that night. So what is it that you think that George Kambosos can do to make the fight a little bit more exciting, to prevent Devin Haney from just jabbing him to death, and when they get on the inside grabbing him? What is it that you think that George Kambosos can do?
Well, that's an excellent point, because it takes two, and if a fighter is grabbing and holding and stuff, then it's up to the other guy to try to do something to ratify that. So that's an excellent point. I don't think I think Haney's overall size and body strength made it difficult for Kambosos to do that, though, because if you look at Kambosos, and this is not making an excuse for Kambosos, but the reality is he looks like a natural lightweight. He's not big at lightweight. He kind of looks small at lightweight to me. And Haney, I knew was going to be the bigger and stronger fighter. Now, was he grotesquely bigger? No, and he still made the weight, and that's all he's got to do. But Haney might not be that much of a puncher, but he's got good physical body strength, especially at 135. He's big at that weight. And if you ever done any boxing, and you ever been in a ring with somebody, when somebody wants to hold you, it's very, very difficult. Unless you're, a lot more physically stronger than the other guy, it can be very difficult to get around that. You know what I mean? And it makes for a hell of a boring fight. And the fighters that do it, I mean, they put a lot of energy into those clinches. Now, I wouldn't say Haney was excessively clinching, but to me, just from a marketing standpoint alone, I would hope that he does less of that moving forward and throw some combinations. If you got good hand speed, let him go like Ray Leonard used to do. Where you let them punches go, man. Don't just land a good shot and then move, and then land a couple good jabs and then grab. Do something to make yourself a little bit more marketable, and then that way, I think it'll be more enticing for him to get big fights. If he does that.
All right, but Jared,
without getting reckless, of course.
All right, but Jared, thank you for calling in. Jared from B-More, thank you for calling in, fam.
Thanks,
Give a round of applause. Hey man, shout out to Ali Maddox, man. Salute to you, fam. Shout out to Ali Maddox. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Ali, what you say, fam? You say primarily that's true, coach. But Duck Nello love cherries. He knows his fans so cray. They'll pay top dollar. Even if it's versus Shawty Big Nuts, 4'8" inches tall, 83 pounds. Hey, man, you need to cut that out.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Hey, shout out to Rico. Rico, what to say, family? Say, Jerry, you got to tell Kambosos to stop that jab. If I'm Devin, I'm doing the same thing if it's that easy. Rico, this is what I was saying. Like, I get what Jerry is saying, from a stylistic standpoint. And, Devin Haney, he doesn't really sell that much in America, really, to be honest with you. He got a style that's not fan-friendly. I get that. But what I'm saying, Rico, is this. When you start talking about, I'm the emperor. What's a king to an emperor? And I chose you. And I got the belts. And you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, Rico? I got the belts. And we're gonna see, this is mental warfare. You never fought in front of 50,000 crazy, ravaging, screaming fans before. They're coming to see me. You know what I mean? When you say all this stuff there, I was expecting more out of Kambosos. And then I see, damn, this mother can't even get around the jab. How was a dude beating you from the first round to the 12th round and everything in between with a damn jab? So that told me that George Kambosos really wasn't that good in the first place. Now, we're going to see what's up, Rico, in the rematch. What will George Kambosos be able to do differently? Because I can promise you, Devin Haney going to do the same thing. He going to do the same thing. And I don't think he want to, try to trade. I understand what Jerry's saying, but that's not his style. Listen, it's going to take Devin Haney to fight someone like a Pitbull, Aesop Pitbull Cruz, to make him fight. Let me show you something. If you watch Pitbull fight, when somebody tries to grab him, he violently gets out of the clinch. Errol Spence does the same thing. If you try to grab Errol Spence, he violently gets out of the clinch. George was, the Devin Haney will grab him. He don't even try to get out. He like, oh man, he holding me, man, ref, you gonna break it up? He didn't even violently try to get out of the clinch. Watch when Errol Spence fight and somebody try to grab him, what he does. And watch Pitbull Cruz. You grab Pitbull Cruz, he like this. He violently get out of the clinch, and as soon as he get an arm loose, he swinging. That's what he does. He didn't. George Kambosos ain't do none of that. All about he a damn emperor. You know, he said all he's saying is if you can't finish a fighter, finish him, and quit BS. Yeah. He said if you can finish a fighter, finish him. Yeah, and quit BSing. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Vo Madison, you know what, man? I don't think, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Devin Haney ain't got that kind of punching power like that, dog. Like, you get what I'm saying? He ain't really got no finishing power like that. Not against, you know, he don't, you know, that's just not who he is, dog. You say fact, coach. You say facts, coach. I like, damn, I thought George was gonna get a knockdown or something. Yeah, it's like I look at it both ways. I look at it from both sides. I look at it from both sides, fam. You get what I'm saying? Like Kambosos gonna have to do something different, dog. He said Kambosos gotta show or more dog. Be prepared to take a shot and give one. And guess what? Hey, Steven, especially if a fighter is grabbing you, you gotta get out of that clinch. You say Devin is a great boxer, but he can't fight. I get what you're saying. There's a difference between fighting and boxing. There's a difference between fighting and boxing. Vo Madison, what did you say? You say Crawford do that too, coach. Yeah. You're right, fam. I forgot all about that. Can they say Dev gonna struggle at 140? Shit, I think all of those lightweights gonna struggle at 140. Devin Haney, I think he's gonna struggle at 140, dog. Those guys up there, they can crack, and they're gonna make it a fight. Ryan Garcia, I think he's gonna struggle at 142. 140 is 140 and 135, dog. 140 and 135, dog. It's just a different ball game. Cool, boy. What to say, family? Say, Coach Pitbull will give Haney hell, but I see Haney pulling it off for 12 rounds, bro. Let me tell you something. And the reason why I can see, the thing is, Pitbull is going to make that fight happen. He's going to make it happen because there's nothing that Devin Haney is going to be able to hit Pitbull with that's going to hurt him. He doesn't have punching power. Pitbull got a neck like this. He got a neck like 4 pit bulls. He got a neck like a pit bull, right? Pitbull has a neck like a pit bull. We saw Tank Davis hit Pitbull with an uppercut, and that man's head didn't even move. Pitbull got hit with an uppercut by Tank, and he looked at Tank like, that's all you got? Coach, JD said, Coach, you remember the song Undisputed by Ludacris, featuring Floyd? Oh, yeah. I remember that. I remember that song. A lot of hip-hop fans around the world got to know Floyd just from that song or video. Yeah. I remember that. You know, these fighters, you get what I'm saying? Like, you can't, shout out to Edgar. You say you ain't lying about that, Coach. You can't say that you are Floyd or you following the blueprint if you're not doing what he did. Like, bro, like, where's your Oscar De La Hoya? Tank Davis? Where's your Diego Corrales? Ryan Garcia? Where's your who else, Floyd? Where's your what's my main man name from Mexico? I forgot. Marquez. Where's your Marquez at? Juan Manuel Marquez. Where's your Juan Manuel Marquez at? Devin Haney. Like, in order to do, you gotta have signature fights. Now, Devin Haney does have a signature fight with George Kambosos. He became undisputed. He's in the history books. But you get what I'm saying, though. Like, when you guys saying y'all following this blueprint, like, y'all do that. I don't even think these dudes know what the blueprint is. I know the blueprint better than those dudes who say they following the blueprint. Kane said, but he wasn't a weight bully till he saw him and shot knockout. Luke. Yeah, I don't understand what you're saying, bro. I don't understand what you're saying. Vo Madison, you say Kambosos will lay it out on the line this time. Dale might have to stop him to win in a rematch. You know what, though, Vo Madison? You hit the nail right on the head. This time, Kambosos ain't got nothing to lose. Like, man, I'm going all out. Because he getting paid like $10 million anyways. He want to get those belts back. So, and then if he can beat Devin Haney, he can get another payday in fighting Vasily Lomachenko. Yeah, Castillo as well. Yep. Like these guys, Paul, this is the thing. Haney, Garcia, Tank Davis, Vasily Lomachenko. All of these guys can be the Oscar De La Hoyas to each other. They can be the Diego Corrales to each other, the Castillo. They can be all of these things to each other, the Manny Pacquiao. They can be all of these things, but they have to fight each other. If they're not willing to fight each other, then, it is what it is. That's all I'm saying. You say Haney was literally a nobody until the moment Loma handed him a belt. You say then somehow he's not a boogeyman who's being ducked by everyone. I look at it like this. The man on the contract with 2 more fights. So you get what I'm saying? He's on the contract with 2 more fights. So, he say Tank ain't even trying to fight his chop Corley. Yeah, talking about chop Corley, yeah. He say, bro, damn near 30. Floyd resume cook Tank at 27, 28. Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. Kane says, you don't know who these guys are. Their career ain't over, though. No, their career's not over. So this is my thing, though. I got a flip side to that. Their careers are not over. But you can't be talking like you're that right now. This is the problem, Kane. You're right about that. Their careers are not over. But these guys are talking like they are that right now. And they're not. So if you're going to say, well, their careers ain't over with yet. Yeah. If their career not over with, stop talking about you following the blueprint. Stop talking about you A, B, C, and D. No, your career ain't over with yet. You still got a lot more things to do. If you know you got a lot more things to do, stop talking like you're that guy now when you're clearly not.
True.
Get what I'm saying? Stop talking like that. Vote man, you say don't forget about T.O. also. Yeah, T.O. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? You can't talk like you're that right now. While in one breath, while saying, well, I ain't did it yet. I still got time. My career not over with yet. Well, if your career not over with yet, stop saying that you are that right now. You're not, you're nothing right now. Right now, you're a $1.5 million fighter. And you're fighting tomato cans. And when I look at your resume, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. You want the fame and the credit for being that guy without putting in that guy type of work. That's the problem I have.
True.
That's the problem I have. You want me to give you credit. You want to say you Floyd in one breath, and then you want to come around and say, oh, man, my career ain't over with yet. I'm going to still get to the guy. Okay, well, this is what we going to say then. Well, until you get to those guys, stop telling me you that guy, you the man and all that stuff there. Because you got to earn the right to be the man. If you doing this, listen. If you doing this,
we the Charlo twins. We known for calling everybody out.
Please call these people out. Listen, the whole world's looking at you. Call these people out.
What's up? It's the Jamal the Hitman Charlo. Let's get it. Who want it?
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name them names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican monster.
Mexican monster.
Hello.
if you doing this,
well, I actually do cuss a little.
Do you?
Also, yeah.
What's your favorite curse word?
Probably fuck.
If you're looking at your promoter, when they ask you who you want to fight next,
anything at all of where you'd like to either fight next as far as 130, 135, anything at all?
Well, this team gonna take care of that. You know what I mean? I mean, our thing is this. We work smarter, not harder.
If that's what you're doing, don't tell me you the man. That's all I'm saying, bro. Don't tell me you the man. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Don't tell me that, fam. Don't tell me that, fam. I'm not going for it. I'm not going for it. Don't tell me that. I'm not going for that. You're gonna have a hard time convincing me. Because I have a criteria. Shout out to Ali Maddox for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
What did say? You say Cambozo acted like he was Achilles, but he got jabbed and bounced around all night. In fact, he looked like a ball on the string getting slapped by a cat.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Yeah, man, I don't want to hear this from a promoter.
And who's the next big star under Mayweather Promotions? Ooh, we have quite a few young guns, as I say, you know, and I don't want to leave any names out, but we have a great roster of young talent, and we've been very selective about what we're doing, you know, again, because when you have, you know, an abundance of fighters, it's hard to kind of focus on. When a big fight is to be made, it has to make sense for both sides. No promoter or company is going to put their guy in an event with everything to lose and nothing to gain, especially when we're talking about this. You know what I'm saying? Interesting.
Sweet Science, what to say, fam? You say it's not Devin's fault that Tank, Loma, Ryan, and T.O. refused to fight him. Let's keep it real. Listen, I get exactly what you're saying right now, Sweet Science, but check this out, though. Devin Haney is going to rematch George Kambosos, right? Assuming he wins that fight, guess what? He's going to have an opportunity to get his hands on Lomachenko. That fight right there will answer a lot of questions, fam. If Devin Haney can get by Kambosos, guess what? If Lomachenko gave his belt up, got elevated to the French fries belt, and Devin Haney got elevated to the champion, you know what I mean? Guess what? Devin Haney will have an opportunity to rectify that right here. And Devin Haney said he'll never let a white boy beat him, so he better be able to back this. He better be able to back this up. You get what I'm saying, Sweet Science? He better be able to back that up, because last time I said Loma was white. So after he beats Kambosos, assuming he beats Kambosos, he'll have an opportunity to get his hands on Lomachenko, because what that would tell me a lot about Devin Haney. That would tell me a lot. That'll tell everybody a lot. And then that'll put all that to bed. But I get exactly where you're coming from, fam. Let's give everybody a round of applause. And the fact of the matter is, if anybody want a belt, you're going to have to go through Devin Haney in the lightweight division. The Reggie belt don't count. The Reggie belt don't count. You know what I mean? It's a Reggie. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. Once again, it's on, man.
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it. Let's go. Stop playing with my fucking name. All three of y'all, stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more. Put some respect on my name.
Man, really though, man.
Hurting the group. I'm the best thing ever happened to this damn group. Nobody's bigger than the group. Y'all ain't stupid. I'm the one selling the records. They coming to see me. They coming to see the Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Shout out to the hood, man.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all. I did this for the hood. Y'all know I beat that boy.
It is what it is. We ran over 3 hours, man. So wow, we went over 3 hours today, man. Shout out to everybody, man. I normally give a shout out to all of the members, but it's kind of long, and I do have something I have to do. So just shout out to everyone who showed up today. That's in the chat. I really appreciate it, guys. Hope everybody have a really, really good day, man. It is what it is. We're gonna make it do what it do, and we're gonna go out like this here, man. Yeah, Bush the Cameraman Cassidy say Lomachenko is technically Eastern European. Yes, sir. Once again, it's on. It's about Coach Malachi Williams signing out. New Media Today, USA Boston. See you guys tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You know my motto, don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.